Winning 3 in a row is absolutely insane. So few teams have done it. I believe we're the 3rd pro team to have ever won 3 straight events.
I think the other teams hope that they can put as much work and time into it as we do. I wish them good luck in those situations, but I feel like we're going to be able to work harder than anybody else in the league. And as we've shown, we're going to continue to win tournaments.
Now with back-to-back wins, I feel like that's a stepping stone that we reached, and the goal is to keep winning. Try to win as many as possible, win a series. That's the next steps, and it's always trying to get better, trying to progress as owners, players, teammates, brothers, friends, everything we can. Just keep progressing in life, and that's the goal.
Yeah, next step is 3 in a row this season, 4 in a row altogether, and then we'll keep going from there. Next up is Ohio. So NXL Ohio, we're coming for you.
Situation. Harris with that forward penetration in the middle. Now Stephen O'Mara coming forward. Now Stephen's going to get him clean. Nicely done.
O'Mara going headhunting on Harris Hussein, and he stays alive doing it. So great move by Stephen O'Mara.
Now he's going to come up here and shoot the can in the back right now. I'm not sure how the can's not dead, but big move right now. O'Mara got shot in the pack.
Yeah, he did kill Acevedo before that happened, and Arsenal going to clean up that last player off the Doritos side.
Hey, I heard him shooting his gun, so I blocked him out and baited him to come get me. Wait to kill him on his move. Yeah. Who shot you, Elliot? Bang, bang. Bang. 287. Back center. Oh, wait, no, there's still another one. 200, 200, 200. Benny, me and you made the same mistake. We did not connect midpoint. I'm covering off the middle.
Yes, 2-on-4 situation. NYX. Oh, that's a major. He's going to shoot him. That's a major.
Upgrade coming through, and it's going to call. They're going to call it a minor.
Yep. Hey, they got a penalty. Stay alive. Stay alive. Stay
Taylor,
free. Stay free.
Snake.
I think we killed the snake with the penalty. 2 on the Dorito. It should be kill 3. Our Obama.
2-on-2.
Yeah, but this is just
too little, too late.
It's voting very well for Arsenal. Who cares? You're up 4-0. You've already got 2 wins on the board.
Oh, JC
win out.
Harris.
Margin doesn't mean anything.
1-on-1.
Yeah, here comes JC. Goes right at him.
JC Whittington.
JC Whittington.
Oh, don't hurt yourself,
the legend,
JC.
47 years old.
47 years old, JC Whittington.
Still got it, baby. Get this man some oxygen.
Oh, man. You gonna let that old man do that to you? Oh, man. What is that? Is that nil? That's a goose egg. That's a goose egg. Way to be, JC. Grit, motherfuckers. Woo!
Tracks there.
Hey, that's the fucking grit, motherfucker. Hey, we almost gave them 3 points. Yeah. Hey, but each one of us fucking stepped up when we fucking needed to. Right. Hey, what happened in the beginning? What happened? We forgot the fucking process. Me, Benny, both forgot the process. We tried to be like, yeah, we could fill out real quick. Be alive. Be the fuck alive. All right, that's the difference maker. When we are alive. Yeah. Hey, me and Benny both made quick moves. Shouldn't have happened. Hey, We're 120 grit.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah.
120 grit for the next one.
We got more.
Okay?
We got
hey,
more.
everybody step the fuck up. So everybody's here. Everybody's ready to fucking roll. Come on.
Yeah.
Hey. Closet! Kill the closet! Kill the closet!
We gotta be alive. Hey! Diesel, America off the break. Hold the zone. Delta money inside.
Diesel! Diesel! Diesel!
Game time finished. Game stop.
Hey, all good. A little frustrating because we should have dominated, but hey, win's a win. Kyle! Kyle! Yeah. I'm down to my last. I'm down to my last.
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
Here, what it is. Hey, look.
Who's across?
It's closet home on me.
Hey, I can go through the middle and get the closet.
You got to be careful of the Delta guy.
That's what I'm wondering.
Okay, hey, you know Clint's in the egg. Hey, fire! Fire! No, Arizona. Yeah, go to the closet at least right now. Cobra money. I'm going.
They got the Tiger King Kuzman. It's the one on the snake side here. Diesel also getting into the 50 snake.
So Kuzman's going to run to his death, though. Tried to bunker him out, not able to get him.
Yeah,
not even a trade.
Yeah, he didn't know that Mouse was there. Mouse just shoots two more. Shoots him on his first engagement. And lived? Oh my goodness. Dies in the end, but I think that was a 4-pack for Mouse.
I need my gun. 40 seconds. I'm on it. Missouri. Kill 4. Hey, 60 seconds. Kill 4.
Welcome to the 2025 Midwest Open, the third stop on the tour here for the NXL. And this year, I'm Matty Marshall alongside Mike Jeffrey. First battle going down in the prelims is going to be the Tontons taking on Aftershock and San Antonio XFactor taking on the Ironmen. So in this battle here, Mike, Tontons, Aftershock, obviously Tontons with a big run in Atlantic City, all the way into the final, second place finish, taking on Shock, and they need to have a big tournament here.
Yeah, the Tontons have really found their stride, I think, in these U.S. tournaments. Has been a great team in Europe for a long time, but that second place definitely gave them a lot of confidence, certainly looking to build on it. Meanwhile, Aftershock has underperformed so far this year in 2025. Got to believe they're hungry out here at this one, Matty.
Yeah, I talked to some of the guys from Aftershock here as they were walking the field and getting ready for this battle. Know they need to have a big tournament. As not making Sunday at the first two, 11th place in Tampa and then 14th in Atlantic City. A year ago, a second place finish for Chicago Aftershock midway through the season in Atlantic City. So here a little outside of Cincinnati. See if Chicago Aftershock can step up. Legendary franchise. Big shout out to everyone that's comprising that crew. It's a deep roster. Todd Adamson reviving the name, Hall of Famer, bringing Todd Martinez on to coach, and they have a very, very deep roster full of talent. But they are facing a hot team right now. The Tontons looked spectacular after day one. Day one was a little rough for the Tontons. So we'll see if they, hopefully for Tontons fans, get off a little bit quicker start than last time. You get 4 games in the prelims. Typically got to win at least 2 with a positive point differential. About to kick off the first point here of this 5-man X-Ball battle.
Looks like Axel Gaudin is playing out on the Doritos side for the Tontons here, Matty, with Konstantin Fedorov taking over the duties as the one on the snake side.
So on the breakout, Tontons doubling up that back center, and it looks like initially I thought the Tontons were going to be losing a body, but looks like Shock going to be dropping one and another body dropping this time for the Tontons. So it's 4-on-4 right now, better field position here currently for Aftershock as they are up the middle and attacking with Trent Nita.
Yeah, Trent has played really well for Aftershock. I think this is a really nice field for him with some strong options up the middle. Both teams, though, stuck in the inside for the most part. But now Fedorov gets into the snake. He's crawling into snake too. Alex Rodriguez going to match that move, make a big move from the back center into the snake Rito.
Yeah, calling that snake 3 position, the snake Rito, and then Konstantin Fedorov's going to go to the 50-yard line as he's going to lose Marky Franz behind him. So Fedorov in a good attacking position. He's going to go cross and potentially trade out with Nita. No, it looks like Fedorov was able to somehow, some way make it through that gap alive.
Fantastic move by Fedorov there. However, Alex Rodriguez is onto the Tonton side of the field. Oh, Fedorov killing another out of the middle. So it's just 2 alive. It's Joey Altamore and Alex Rodriguez. Make it just Alex Rodriguez onto the Tonton side of the field. Fedorov doesn't know he's there, but Fedorov has been eating in this point, Maddie.
Yeah, tons of kills here for Fedorov. He is blocked out from this position. He's going to have to move up the field to get a shot cross field. And he finally does. So Konstantin Fedorov just blazing his way down this bottom side of the field and just destroying Aftershock's line. Beautiful job by Fedorov.
That move forward from the 50 wedge into Aftershock's Dorito with his gun up, killing Trent Nida and living on that move. That's why that man is a legend, shooting someone in transition who had him, you would think, on paper, dead to rights.
Yeah, it looked like they were going to trade. I mean, Nita was looking that way, but Fedorov just too quick, and with the accurate shots getting across that gap, he gets the kill on Nita and then just starts going to town. Tracks up another 3 kills. I think that was a 4-pack for Konstantin Fedorov.
Looked like a solid 4-pack to me. Great start to the morning for the Tontons here.
Yeah, we give $500 courtesy of Pate Smith Law for best move of the prelims, and it looks like we already have our first one going on the list here in point number 1. Now, Chicago, so Aftershock, slight hole. XFactor taking the field here to play against the Ironmen XFactor champions in the 3-man pro battle yesterday. So going to be playing with some momentum.
Yeah, Maddie, and
played great yesterday.
We should just have a moment of silence here at the start of this point for Jerry Caro, the Ironman player who lost his life after the last tournament. Rest in peace, Jerry.
Yeah, rest in peace, Jerry Caro. They are playing for him right now as Billy Bernaccia makes it quickly here into the Snake 3. Looking inside. Looks like, I think that's Geiger. Is that Geiger up the middle? Geiger wearing...
Yeah.
No, I don't think that's Geiger.
I think that's Pat Kraft. Yeah, it's Pat Kraft Jr. back wearing his own jersey today. He was wearing Jerry's jersey yesterday in the 3-man tournament in honor of his teammate. Played well. XFactor, of course, winning that 3-man tournament. I was curious to see how they would transition back into playing 5-man out here. Looks like they're having no problems. Archie Montemayor backing up Billy Bernaccia. Billy quick into that Snake Rito. He played great yesterday, as did Archie.
Yeah, Archie was on fire. Billy was on fire. I mean, pretty much everyone that played on XFactor was on fire. That's why they won the tournament. But yeah, the transition from 3-man to 5-man with the 2 extra guns, and looks like Billy Bernaccia going to lose a gunfight. But Archie Montemayor still alive in the Snake to keep up the attack. First kill for the Ironmen, though.
Yeah, Frank Antetomaso died out of the Snake for the Ironmen, so it's a 4-on-4 situation. Archie's in the Snake. We're seeing a ton of this Dorito side Aztec shooting inside. That's Kyle Nicolau for the Ironman. Now Pat Kraft Jr. trying to come forward. He gets picked up by Meter, Dimitri Minos, I believe. So 4-on-3 advantage XFactor here.
Yeah, good comms here for XFactor. Talking it up nicely.
Tom Guess and Henry Sense trying to put the pieces together, find a way to get a kill and even up this body count again. They have a decent spread. Tom Guest in that laydown wall can keep XFactor in check, not allow Archie Montemayor to have free reign on that blue side here. Archie did so well communicating, using his vision. Now looking like he wants to get the wrap on Tom Guest. They're going to joust a little bit.
Yeah, XFactor improving their position, getting up into D2 top side.
Yeah, developing nicely with these one-body advantages. Got to be really careful in how you take real estate. Don't want to take big bites and squander the advantage. I like the fill out by TJ Danner getting into the Snake 1 behind Archie. Kyle Nicolau, such a tough spot to live in right there. Playing it as low and as tight as he can.
Yeah, he's getting just very, very tight in that bunker, shooting crossfield right now, trying to keep that attack from XFactor pushing up on the D side. But now TJ Danner stacks up in the Snake as Archie's going to make his move to the 50-yard line. Might have got clipped, though. Great zone control here for the Ironman. Now TJ Danner going to do a tactical retreat with the loss of Montemayor.
Yeah, that was awesome by Tom Guest, I believe. It might have been Henry Sense, but I'm pretty sure it was Tom Guest rolling off and killing Archie in the move forward. Now an even body count, 3-on-3. Great job by Sense, Guest, and Nicolau to hang tough here.
Yeah.
Now we're back in 3-man. We know that XFactor feels real comfortable in this type of situation, having won that 3-man tournament yesterday.
Peter Niños making his move up into the D3 position. And, yeah, they definitely should feel very comfortable here in this 3-on-3 situation right now. And a little bit better field position for XFactor. I mean, it's pretty evened, actually, here. There's 2 bodies on the Snake side. As a body is going to come off, they get the kill on Kyle Nicolau. And they get another kill out of the Snake as Henry Sense takes the walk that leaves just Tom Guest in a 1-on-3 situation, but they shoot out Meter, so now a 2-on-1. The body's dropping everywhere, but it's Matt Jackson and TJ Danner.
TJ Danner always seems to be on the field in these situations for XFactor.
Matt Jackson's been in a fair share of them, too.
Absolutely.
Survivors. And Matt Jackson's going to cut up the middle of the field.
Both
get to the brick, just trying to figure out where Tom Guest is.
Tom Guest, tall player, great gun battler, knows how to use all sides of that bunker. Just trying to win a gun battle here and get this down to a 1-on-1, but he's going to get taken out. So XFactor going up 1-0.
Yeah, 4.5 minute long point. So XFactor strikes first.
Nicely done there by Archie, taking over the real estate after Billy died, but especially by TJ Danner on the close. Tom Guest, Henry Sense, Kyle Nicolau hanging tough, but just XFactor too much in the end. Love the way XFactor developed in the midway through that point.
Yeah, it broke down to that 3-on-3, and then they just won a couple gunfights. Shoot out Kyle, and then get the drop in on Henry Sense. Left Tom Guest in a tough spot. Did make it interesting getting that shot in on Meter. See here if the Tauntauns can keep it up against Shock. See if Fedorov's going to continue his relentless attack. Looking over the shoulders here of the Tauntauns on the break, and they're going to essentially triple up that back center to get an extra gun.
But they lose Corey Hall and Trent Nida early, so 5-on-3 advantage Tauntauns here, and a poor spread by Aftershock. Not looking good, however, they do kill Fabrice Colombo out of the back center for the Tauntauns.
Yeah, 4-on-3 in favor of the Tauntauns. A-Rod releases up the middle to get to the brick as you get Parrish into the Snake.
Yeah, really nice job by Aftershock to get a kill there and make some moves forward when it looked like they might get blown off the field in the second point. Now with A-Rod up the middle and LJ Parrish getting into the Snake Rito really changes the situation. However, A-Rod dies now. Minor penalty, though, on the Tauntauns. It's going to be a 2-on-2 when the dust settles here.
Yeah, it's going to make it interesting here as Parrish sees that flag go up and he pushes up to the 50-yard line, but the Tauntauns are doing the same thing on the opposite side, on the top side. And they're going to Tauntauns get a kill on Thomas Kim in the back center, and now Parrish gets the drop in on Spitzma, I believe, so it's going to be a 1-on-1 with Konstantin Fedorov and LJ Parrish. Parrish with the advantage as he's pushing up onto the Tauntaun side to get closer to that buzzer. That is the goal, hit the buzzer on your opponent's side of the field.
Really nice job by LJ Parrish recognizing that penalty going up. Now coming for Fedorov. They're going to go ring around the rosy. I think they trade.
Yeah, did they trade? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like they are going to trade. So big commitment from LJ Parrish trying to get the drop in on Konstantin Fedorov. Ends up with a trade and a no point, so still advantage to the Tauntauns. That penalty did make that one interesting, though.
Yeah, and Aftershock losing 2 bodies off the break, coming out of it with a no point, you'll take that. It looked like that was going to be a blown off the field 15-second point for the Tauntauns. Instead, able to fight back to a no point there and keep it at a 1-point deficit for Aftershock. Nicely done.
There's the replay. So a little bit of an unconventional route for Nida as he went a little wide. And then now we're looking at the Tauntauns here with 5 alive. Colombo takes a walk from the back center. That was off the break. And then there was A-Rod exploring the middle, creeping out. Gets a little bit too big of an angle here. He's going to get caught right there.
Yeah, a little too much from A-Rod there, but good job by LJ Parrish. Now San Antonio XFactor trying to build on the momentum from yesterday. Up 1 here against the Ironmen.
Cody Bayless going to be getting a spin. And there goes Colt Roberts right up the middle, double stacking that back center. This is pretty much default breakouts here for both these squads. Mirrored up, keeping bodies in the pocket. Running referee going to check out body here for the Ironmen. And Tom Guest going to release up the middle.
Cody Bayless getting killed, filling out to the Dorito corner, though. So 5-on-4 advantage. Tom Guest coming through the middle in the early going here. Comes over the top and bunks Colt Roberts. Gets picked up by Meter Ninos, but nice job by Tom Guest. 4-on-3 advantage Ironmen.
Yeah, I thought Tom was going to try to shoot the wedge. He goes right past it, not knowing there was a body in that position to dunk on Colt Roberts. Here come the Ironmen, though, pushing into the bottom side snake.
Zach Geiger, new pickup, coming back from Infamous after 2 events in that camp. He's wearing Keith DeVitt Jr.'s jersey. Keith DeVitt not here. Zach Geiger in that snake Rito. Ironman down 1, looking to get back in this match. They got a body advantage. Geiger knows the situation. He just called kill 2. Good comms cross field from Henry Sense. Billy Bernaccia, though, in the snake Rito for XFactor. TJ Danner, always tough to kill in these low body situations.
Yeah, TJ's a master, man. It's no surprise that XFactor finally put a win on the board yesterday in that 3-man, because it's been a while. That makes him a favorite here, Mike. I mean, they're going to be, a favorite in any one of these tournaments, especially with the Ross have been carrying for the past couple seasons. Ironman double stacking bodies here. Bottom side snake, pushing from the red side of the field.
Henry Sense knows the whole situation. Tells Zach Geiger. There's no one on this side of the field, the blue side of the field, with Zach Geiger. TJ Danner trying to keep him in check. He's the only defensive presence for XFactor in this 3-on-4 situation. He knows the situation, calls double snake. Long points in this one, already down to 8 minutes and 20 seconds left. Henry Sense cutting inside to that snake side wedge. 3 stack of bodies on the snake side for the Ironmen.
Yeah, but you can see how difficult from a tactical situation is to push past this 50-yard line here, as TJ Danner with his gun this way. Even with no one on the Dorito side in front of him, the closest gun is TJ Danner. Henry Sense exploring in the middle, trying to keep his gun on that side, and they do get the kill. Billy Bernaccia forced to take the walk, and Henry Sense trying to tie this one up here.
Meter Ninos just slipped into that wedge. I don't think anyone saw him for the Ironmen, though. Now Henry picks him up. Nice job, Henry Sense, putting 2 quick kills out here, coming through the middle. Henry Sense broke that game open with that move, playing the blind zone, coming into the Hertz Tower, shooting Billy, picking up Meter, killing Meter. Zach Geiger puts the finishing touches on TJ Danner, and the Ironmen going to tie it up.
Yeah, back and forth battle here. Aftershock, Tonton's taking the field. Score still 1-0 after that no point.
So walking out to the same sides as the last point.
Is that Connor Kelly going to get a spin here for Chicago Aftershock?
Maddie, to your point about having a deep roster, it can be sort of a tricky bind because sometimes it's hard to find your 5 guys, your lineup, when you have so many options. We see the Tontons, they played the same 5, all 3 points out here. Aftershock still trying to work different bodies in.
Yeah, so Altimore taking over for Corey Hall on the Dorito side. Connor Kelly going to be rolling here snake side with Parrish. Body coming off early this time for the Tontons. 5-on-4 situation in favor of Shock. As A-Rod releases up the middle. Connor Kelly at the wedge. Parrish now at snake 3. As Tonton's trying to make something happen. Topside snake. Fedorov coasting to snake 2.
Yeah, Fedorov's moving with a lot of freedom on that snake side for the Tauntauns. They did lose Spitzma pretty much off the break, so Aftershock with their first body advantage in this match. Really nicely developed here with A-Rod in the middle, Connor Kelly and LJ Parrish in the snake side. Colombo. Oh, A-Rod, though, dying out of the middle again. I think that was Fedorov who killed him. Fedorov is playing hot this morning, Matty.
Yeah, he is looking good. He was the last player left alive in the no point. Demolished him in the first one. Another body comes off, and Fedorov making a difference. That topside snake here, pushing from the blue side. Another body coming off again for, so now down to 3 players here for Chicago Aftershock.
Yeah, squandering the high body advantage early in this point. Joey Altimore playing the anchor on the Dorito side for Aftershock. Axel Gaudin playing the Dorito side island ball over here. Not used to seeing him over here, but it's a high responsibility role perhaps the most difficult job on the field, and that's why the Tauntauns put him over there.
Well, Mike, it is a very similar position as this play starting to develop with RB Baltimore taking the walks, leaving just 2 bodies out here for Chicago Aftershock, both on the bottom side. But it's a similar position to the South Electronics can from Atlantic City.
Yes.
You're going to be on an island. You're going to be in gunfights the whole time. You have to stay alive. There's, well, like you said, it's a high responsibility, high risk position.
Fedorov now making his move into the snake side wedge for the Tauntauns. LJ Parrish and Connor Kelly. Oh, wow, great job. Connor Kelly kills Axel Gauden to even the body count. It's a 2-on-2 now.
Yeah, 2-on-2. The field split here with the 2 bodies topside for the Tauntauns in the snake and 2 bodies in the snake. We're probably going to see this quite a bit, this specific situation play out here on this layout.
Billy Bernacci referred to this as pirate ships shooting east-west. Fedorov now making the move into the Dorito side of Aftershock. Kelly comes across.
The trade out's a 1-on-1.
1-on-1. Connor Kelly.
Oh, 2-on-1. There's another body left alive. Yeah, he just went to the South Electronics scan here for the top.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It's Fabrice Colombo and Marky Franz against Connor Kelly. Really tough spot for Kelly.
Yeah, Connor Kelly wheeling and dealing with the tactical reach. He's going to go dive all the way back into Snake 1 to reposition here and have the Tauntauns players lose him.
Yeah, it's tricky, though, with a 1-point deficit. The Tauntauns really don't have to force any issue here. It's kind of on Connor Kelly to make something happen. Wants to pick a gunfight. Almost catches Fabrice Colombo in transition.
Yeah, Colombo had to get through that gap and had to dodge one.
Marky Franz just playing the wedge on the snake side for the Tauntauns. Just trying to paint Connor Kelly and Flumi Blanche, formerly known as White Smoke. Marky Franz, great job there. Tauntaun's going to go up 2-0.
Yeah, another interesting and close point here. But Chicago Aftershock, just too many deaths. Need to increase the survivability.
Yeah. From a coaching point of view, you know Todd Martinez is going to say, guys, we have to win our high body situations. Here's Konstantin Fedorov.
And this is Connor Kelly just playing 4 or 5 different positions and finally getting clipped there towards the end as he fought all the way back to the South Electronics can. It's tough when you're in a 1-on-2. He had some options to work with, but you're really hoping that your opponents are going to make a mistake and over-engage or try to make a reckless move across the gap, and Tonton just played calm, methodical, realized the situation, and able to finally catch Connor. 1-1 score here. Ironmen playing our 3-man champ, San Antonio XFactor.
XFactor basically having 3 guns in the back center off the break. They do produce a kill. They kill No, my mistake. They kill Zach Geiger off the break. So 5-on-4 advantage XFactor. Running ref coming in to check Pat Kraft as well.
And the ref's going to pull him out. Possible minor penalty here assessed on Pat Kraft Jr.
So just 2 bodies left alive. It's Tom Guest in Henry Sense, I believe.
See if XFactor can pick up on these kills. I think they are. They're talking nicely. Great comms here from San Antonio XFactor. Sergeant Montemayor dips into Snake 3, Snake Rito. And Matt Jackson pushing up the middle, past the 50-yard line to the Hertz Tower. And they're going to see a concession as Tom Guest, I believe, was getting pinched in that back center.
Yeah, and smart concession there. Don't want a guy to catch a pack hit, catch a minor or major penalty, God forbid, and start down the next one in a 2-on-5 situation. Just save some time, go down 1, reset.
30 seconds.
Looks like Corey Hall coming back out, taking over for Altamore. Nita going to get another chance to attack that middle.
20 seconds.
Parrish, Thomas Kim, and Alex Rodriguez completes the starting lineup here for Shock. Going to see probably just a steady dose of the starting 5 here for the Tauntauns.
Yep, Spitzma out there. Haven't seen Hugo Verhage yet. But the Tauntauns looking good, man. You up 2-0.
On the breakout, 5-on-5 so far, a little bit more aggressive up the middle for Aftershock on the blue side of the field. They are going to be losing Alex Rodriguez. Got to tighten it up a little bit here. They do shoot a body, though, as Marky Franz takes the walk. Another body coming off. It's Corey Hall again. So it's a 3-on-4 in favor of the Tauntauns.
Spitzma jumping out into that wall. Now Fedorov getting into the snake. He shoots Trent Nitta. Fedorov playing hot this morning. Axel Gaudin taking the walk, though. Now Fedorov dying. So, wow, Aftershock hanging tough 2-on-2 suddenly.
Yeah, Fedorov getting shot from Thomas Kim as he just a little bit too aggressive once he got to that 50-yard line.
The pilot, Thomas Kim, has been so big for Aftershock when they've played well. Great communicator and safety valve. Aftershock down 2, able to absorb some early deaths in this point. Fabrice Colombo, though, and Spitzma, they got a tight spread, but still really tough guns to go through. LJ Parrish alone on the snake side in that snake Rito. LJ looks like he wants to take another one. Getting the comms down with Thomas Kim. He's calling baby.
Shock desperately needs this one. Still a little under 7 minutes to go, though, so they have time, but this even body situation and advantage tactically here is they have the field spread. Tonton's tucked in the middle.
Oh, LJ, though, gets picked up by Spitzma, so it's just Thomas Kim now. Aftershock just losing more gun battles so far. That's been the story, losing off the break and losing gun battles.
Yeah, they've kept it close, but other than that first point, every single one of these has been really close. You know, it's other than Fedorov just blasting through this bottom side.
Thomas Kim got lost there for a moment. I think Spitzma picked him up. Kim, Todd Martinez not going to concede here. Let Kim try to win a 1-on-2. Especially with the stack of bodies in the middle here. In a straight line, like you always say, Maddie. In 1-on-2, you prefer him in a straight line.
Yeah, in this situation for Kim, obviously it's tough. There's an extra body out there he has to kill, but they're in a row, which is ideal. Unfortunately, he is going to lose that gunfight. Looks like he traded out with Spitzma, and that left Fabrice Colombo, the French legend, out there to score yet another point here for the Tauntauns. So looking good for our second-place finishers in Atlantic City.
The Tauntauns have really turned the page as a team. World Cup last year, Tampa this year, they didn't look like that dominant European power, but then coming out in AC with that second place after starting slow, and they look like a powerhouse now.
Yeah, it was, again, another rough go on day one, and was getting similar vibes from World Cup in the first event this year in Tampa, but then they just got a good sleep, must have had a great meeting, and then completely turned it around. And to your point, they've looked a lot better since then, as we're looking at some of the replays from that really quick last point. Look at a timeout. It's been called here.
Yeah, they've really taken A-Rod out of this game, the Tauntauns. He's been the first death, all 3 points for Aftershock.
1 minute.
Close battle here. 2-1 the score. Our 3-man champs. Slight lead here over the longest running pro team still in existence, the LA Ironmen.
Looks like Meter Ninos playing that anchor 1 on the Dorito side for XFactor. That's a great role for him. High responsibility, need to roll your gun, stay alive. Meter Ninos, great survivability. Big fan of that guy.
Yeah, I mean, TJ would be great for that spot, too. You could put Matt Jackson over there.
20 seconds.
One of the best things about XFactor is the diversity of skill sets that each one of those players has. Other than Billy, there's no real big specialists on XFactor.
Meanwhile, the Ironmen, Nicolau, Lennon, Guest, Sense, and Frank Antetomaso. Frank did well as the 1 on the snake side over here. He's going to dive into the South Electronics can. Looks like they might have shot Billy off the break. Ref coming in to check him. He gets pulled, might catch a minor penalty. He does not, but still 5-on-4 advantage Ironman.
Matt Jackson releasing up the middle, getting to that brick, trying to shut down that top Dorito side.
Frank Antetomaso trying to assess the situation, look for him to make a move into the snake before long. Archie Montemayor calling red alert. Usually means that someone's lost or in the snake. Archie playing off that bunker now. Definitely wants to make that move. He's calling disco.
Yeah, and on the opposite side, Frank Antetomaso is trying to do the same thing, but he's much closer to his spot. Archie is way backed up completely off that spot, getting creative, utilizing every angle to get alive into that snake 1 position. Still feeling no pressure. He's going to pop the top. Look for him to push up.
I think Archie always understands the layouts really well, but he's playing with such great vision on this snake side. He's really assessing the situation, playing over the top of that nipple in the snake really well. I believe that's Tom Guest on your screen in that wedge, and now Frank Tommaso gets across the gap. XFactor picked it up. They called red alert. Henry Sense communicating well for the Ironmen as always. Frank on the wrap here, coming down on 5 minutes. He's going to get into the snake Rito. TJ Danner saw him, called snake 3. Frank calls back center.
And the Ironmen have stacked up 4 bodies from the South Electronics can and up into the snake structure. And they're going to get a kill crossfield on Archie Montemayor. So the door opening here potentially for the Ironman is now TJ Danner. He gets out of the back center, goes past the South Electronics can, and dips into snake 1.
So, Maddie, here's a real situation that I heard about in the intel is with a lead, a 3-on-5 situation, certainly body advantage Ironman, but can XFactor lock them up with just 3 bodies? Frank going to go across. Matt Jackson saw it and retreats. Fuzzy, good retreat there. Doesn't shoot Frank, but puts himself in a position where he can live from Frank's body. Frank looks like he wants to take another bite. He crawls forward. TJ picked him up. Calls artery out. Fuzzy Jackson gets shot by, I believe, Henry Sense.
And that is going to force a concession here.
Yeah, so
it's going to be tied, 4:14 left on the clock.
So typically when a team concedes down bodies but with a point lead, that means that XFactor wants to play more points. They don't want it to go down to like 2 minutes there and then have a 1-point winner take all. They want to have 2 or 3 more points in this match, and they feel good about playing that many points against the Ironmen.
Yeah, and I think they should. Again, just coming off a win in the 3-man. Their roster's been together longer than the Ironmen who've been playing roster roulette the past couple seasons. And ideally, spread is important, right? So if XFactor can go stack a couple more points up, get that W, but also have a +2 or +3 would be best case scenario.
You also do something interesting there where you steal the ability for the team to have a high body close. Sometimes that gives the team a lot of confidence, right? You bunker the last 2 guys, all 5 alive, you feel really good. The concession is not as powerful a feeling.
Jumping into this next one here, pretty sizable lead with 4:45 here still on the clock for the Tauntauns.
Aftershock does get all 5 bodies alive. Tauntauns really like that center wedge with Spitzma shooting the cross there. Connor Kelly does get into the snake for Aftershock, however. He's going to crawl all the way into the snake Rito. There's no real contain on the outside of these snakes, so that move from the snake 2 into the snake Rito is pretty easy.
Yeah, Nita up the middle for Aftershock. Kelly in a good spot. Aftershock getting out of that doubled up back position with A-Rod moving up to the mini wall. And going to get a kill.
Connor Kelly just killed Konstantin Fedorov on the wrap from the snake Rito. Nice job, Connor Kelly. He's got that distinctive voice. He's calling it. 5-on-4 advantage. If you're Aftershock, you need this one here. A-Rod now coming into the middle. He looks like he wants to eat somebody.
Yeah, he jumps over the pin and he's going to get up to the Hertz Tower, slightly past the 50. Trying to figure out where these last bodies are and put up one of those patented A-Rod run-throughs.
Yeah, he's ended up in a little bit of an island. I'm not sure that the Tauntauns know he's there. He's got a long way to go if he wants to launch. Trent Nita, though, can protect him a bit.
Well, he has to tuck into that spot, which means he's moving it around a little bit, so the Tauntauns should be able to see that Hertz Tower moving around and know it's occupied.
Yeah, and they have this tight cross. Oh, Spitzman, though, gets shot. So now 5-on-3 advantage Aftershock. Now look for, and make it a 5-on-2. So here comes A-Rod now. He definitely wants to eat. He trades with Marky Franz. Nicely done. Trent Nita gets shot in transition, but it's a 3-on-1 advantage Aftershock.
Godin dips out to the back corner bunker here for the Tauntauns. Shock is trying to find this last body.
Great communication there. Joey Altamore, I believe, picked him up. Calls the echo. Gets it across to his boys. Oh, no, that's Ryan Hoskinson over there on the Dorito side. Nice job, Hosky. Nice job, Kim. Nice job, Connor Kelly, to put a point on the board. 3:33 left on the clock, down 2. That keeps them in the match.
Yeah, they still got a chance here, especially if they continue to play like that. Again, these points have been close. Other than that first one, where it was Konstantin Fedorov by first-degree murder, these points have been close, and so good to see Aftershock not folding mentally. Got a lot of veterans on that squad. See on the replay, looking over the shoulders of the Tonton, Spitzma, getting up that mini wall. They had a pretty good defensive front, but Aftershock playing nice on the offense, also getting that early kill on Fedorov was huge with the way he's playing. And then the play developed up the middle with Alex Rodriguez and Nita, and it was just got in, back corner bunker as the last soldier alive here for the Tontons. So yeah, Shock still in this one.
Now, tie game here. XFactor, Ironmen. Ironmen looks so strong in that last point. It's Nicolau, Guest, Sense, Lenin, and Frank Anta Tommaso.
4:14 to go. Both teams doubling up that back center. XFactor with a bit of a risk, trying to get a body out to the back corner bunker, and it looks like they're going to lose TJ Danner inside, but they get a ball in on Lennon, I believe, so it's going to be a 4-on-4. A little bit better field position, slightly better field position here for our three-man champs.
Yeah, with Cody Bayless in that Dorito corner for XFactor. Ironman with 2 in the back center and the insert bunkers. Now Billy Bernaccia getting into the snake. Meter Ninos filling out behind him. So 4-on-4, positional advantage XFactor. Tom Guest slips into that center lay down to try to keep Billy in check. Trying to rip a bounce shot into him. Doesn't look like those are zinging close. But just try to make Billy maybe think twice. Billy thought he shot Frank right there on the wrap from the snake Rito. He does not. Oh, and then Cody Bayless going to die, I believe.
Yeah, Cody Bayless getting shot in the transition from D1 into D2, so good zone control for the Ironmen.
Yeah, that was Kyle Nicolau coast to coast from that insert on the Dorito side for the Ironman. I think Billy just got shot in the hopper. He did. So Ironman hanging tough here, make it a 4-on-3.
And we're going to see another quick concession here for XFactor is wanting to preserve some time, now going to be going down by 1.
Yeah, and just 2 bad deaths right there by XFactor. You're in control. You're spreading the field. Cody Bayless getting shot in transition. Billy dying in a gun battle.
Yeah, and then losing TJ early off the break.
Right.
That's a little bit of a... That's going to happen.
30 seconds.
Now Tauntaun's up 2. XFactor or Aftershock put that point on the board. You're looking at Trent Nita carrying his gun upside down. Playing well with a lot of confidence up the middle.
Yeah,
he's a dynamic player.
Shock got to stay confident here as they've been hanging in these close points. Had to tighten up a few mistakes, but still an opportunity. Down by 2. Going to have to push the issue, though.
Yeah, 3:33 on the clock. You're looking at 90-second pace here.
It's like Hosky getting another spin.
Yeah, Hosky did really well on the close in that last point. Axel Gauden snuck into the Dorito corner. Hosky was the one who picked him up, did a good job to communicate it in that 3-on-1 situation for Aftershock. Looks like Axel Gauden scoping the line for Aftershock.
30 seconds.
Well, 30 seconds go before the next point. Looks like Nita's going to come over and get a little bit of info from Coach Tom Martinez.
20 seconds.
A-Rod, Thomas Kim, Hosky, Parrish, and Connor Kelly. Nita's not actually out there. They pulled Nita off. Maybe a little slight miscommunication there. Aftershock down 2. Wow, Konstantin Fedorov running and shooting to the snake off the break. Connor Kelly took a bounce off the break, but he lives. They do get LJ Parrish into the snake off the break, 5-on-5. That's advantage Tauntauns based on the time situation here. Aftershock forced to push with just about 3 minutes left to go, down 2. Can't get lulled into playing a 3-minute point right here if you're Aftershock, but Fedorov getting into the snake 2 for the Tauntauns is going to make it tough for Aftershock to force the issue. I don't know that Aftershock knows that Fedorov's in the snake. They don't. He kills A-Rod.
Yeah, that's a huge kill here for Fedorov yet again. And
kills
he gets another one, 2-pack here for Fedorov. Does trade his body on that second kill. Take a 2-for-1 trade any day, especially with a 2-point lead.
Yeah, especially when one of the guys you take off is A-Rod. He struggled in this match for Aftershock mightily, but still always a dangerous threat. But now in a 4-on-3, coming down to 2 minutes and 30 seconds, it's looking good for the Tauntauns.
Yeah, the Tauntauns, though, all 4 bodies inside and in the pocket. No one outside wide at all, so.
However, with the Axel Gauden and Marky Franz cross right here, of course you would prefer to be wide.
Yeah, I don't mind the cross, but when you do give up the outside, it does create a potential opportunity here for Chicago Aftershock, but as they have some presence in the snake and up the middle. Time's starting to tick off, though. Again, need to tie. The longer this one goes, the more important. Like this point, they have to win this point. They need to win it and to save the next minute to give themselves a true chance.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth, Maddie. Need to win it in the next 60 seconds. Don't want to get lulled into a long point. Marky Franz gets checked. He's clean. Axel Gauden now getting up into the Dorito 2. They went to sleep on Axel here a little bit. If he takes another, he's going to shoot Connor Kelly. Oh, Ryan Hoskinson dies in transition. That's going to make it really difficult for Aftershock now.
Yeah, Thomas Kim and Connor Kelly, 2 bodies left. Have to get creative here to try to produce some kills.
2-on-4. Got to find a way. Not going to hear a concession because Todd Martinez now is forced to consider his point margin. You'd take a 2-point loss over a 3-point loss. Connor Kelly going to get across into the Dorito side for Aftershock. Connor Kelly not going down without a fight here.
Yeah, Connor Kelly quick on the move outside wide in this 2-on-4 as we hit the minute mark.
Fabrice Colombo just trying to make it difficult for Connor Kelly to make a move forward. Connor Kelly happy to gun battle, but he's going to lose against Colombo. Tavares, the legend. So now a 4-on-1. Tauntaun's going to put the finishing touches on a 3-point lead.
Now the concession. Yeah, Shock's not playing terrible. They're just making a few mistakes here or there that are costing them against a team that made it deep at the last event. Again, because other than point 1, where Fedorov went through and got that 4-pack, it's been relatively blow for blow. That one was a good hold play here for the Tauntauns.
A-Rod's been the first death 4 out of 5 points for Aftershock. That's the story of the match to me. Dying out of the back center, dying out of the center brick. You like A-Rod. You don't need him to be alive at the end of the point. He loves to be the wrecking ball through the middle, but he hasn't taken many bodies with him. Those early deaths have cost them.
Closer match here as the Ironmen, a couple in a row, stack up a tiny 1-point lead.
XFactor looked like they were in full control in the early going, but the Ironmen have responded. They do lose Pat Kraft Jr. off the break, so 5-on-4 advantage XFactor. Down 1, just 2 minutes and about 30 seconds left to go. In a gotta-have-it point for our 3-man champs. You know they're not satisfied with that $4,000 purse. They want the big boy toy.
Matt Jackson moving up the middle here is getting to the brick, shooting through that gap. Ironman, double stack of bodies still in the back center.
Billy gets into, Billy does not get into the snake, dies in transition. Great zone control by Frank Antetomaso and Tom Guest. 4-on-4, but the clock situation makes it advantage Ironman. However, Archie Montemayor is going to crawl over the beam, get into the snake 2. Now TJ Danner backing him up. Archie playing very comfortably over the top of that wall, the top right of your screen. 3-man attack on the snake side for XFactor, trying to break this defensive cross by the Ironmen.
Yeah, they have a little bit of time to try to develop this play. Well, again, only down by 1 with 1:36 here. Down a body as TJ Danner going to dip into the snake. Oh. So there's the 3-man attack in that snake structure. Top side on the blue side here for XFactor.
Fuzzy, for a second, looked like he wanted to come through the middle into that Hertz tower. He does not. Switches off. I think he might have gotten some bad comms. He looks like he's playing like the snake is hot. Now he's connecting with Archie Montemayor to figure it out. It's Henry Sense in that lay-down wall, keeping Archie Montemayor in check. Just 60 seconds left. It's got to happen.
Matt Jackson is going to start his attack as the body comes off here for the Ironman.
I believe that was Fuzzy in transition forward. If not, it was Archie. Nice job. They've turned the field now. Here comes Fuzzy onto the Ironman side of the field.
Yeah, and he's got Archie Montemayor and TJ Danner right behind him as Matt Jackson's going to release. He gets diced up, but another body comes off here for the Ironman. 2 more have come off as Tom Guess and Frank Etzmazo take the walk. They get the kill on Kyle as well, too. So here goes potential tie game right now as Meter Niños going to run in and hit that buzzer. Great job by Fuzzy Jackson, TJ Danner, and Archie Montemayor on the attack on that top snake side.
Yeah, I saw a yellow bird go up right there. I think a minor penalty on the Ironman. I believe it was enforced, so they'll start with all 5. Ryan Brand coming in to perhaps argue. He's asking the head ref for an explanation. But great job by Fuzzy Jackson and Archie Montemayor there to force the issue with perfect timing to tie it up for XFactor.
Yeah, I can see here on the replay. XFactor, perfectly timed attack. And safety valve in case something went wrong. Meter Niños. So Aftershock with a lot of work to do here and not a lot of time. It's more of a spread issue here. Can't get a quick point, turn this back into a 2-point match, take the loss, but go on with 3 more games to play, still have a chance in this tournament.
These are really tricky situations because you don't want to do a full-out send and lose all 5 bodies and lose another point. You're playing for margin here. You want to get this point quickly, but you need to have a couple safety valves here, so if your 3 attackers die, you can hold out and not surrender another one to the Tauntauns. If you're the Tauntauns, you see a minor penalty go up, you get on your horse and try to put another one up.
Well, on the breakout here, Tauntauns from the blue side. Shock, and then here goes a big move all the way. Spitzma goes past Nita, and does he shoot Nita? I don't see Nita coming off. Nita actually made it all the way onto their side before he did. They're going to lose. Shock loses A-Rod here into the snake. Spitzma's still alive, and here comes Konstantin Fedorov bullying his way past the 50 in this very chaotic start to potentially the last point here with just 13 seconds left to go. Fedorov's going to launch. Look for a penalty. The refs are swarming here on Fedorov. I don't see a flag thrown yet, and they're not going to pull anybody, so it looks like a trade. But as time expires, the score remains the same. Going to be 4-1, final score. Tonton's taking the win.
I love the play call by Coach Pascal there. He sends Spitzma to their brick off the break to absorb any attack through the middle. Tauntaun's playing like they needed a point there. It completely throws off Aftershock. Unable to score a point, but I like the play call.
Yeah, and Aftershock sent Nita essentially all the way to their wedge off the break. Spitzma saw him dive in and tried to focus his gun that way. But yeah, I love that play call. That's one of those classic, okay, hey, we know they're going to try to get this one fast, so we send a punch up, send some offense to deal with their offense, and create some chaos.
Right, because if they just try to hole up there, then Nita might kill 3 of them and they score the point. Instead, the aggression pays off. Now we're in a tie game. XFactor, Ironmen, back and forth. Under 30 seconds left. Billy runs Snake Rito off the break and makes it. Fuzzy coming through the middle. XFactor wants this one. They're on the push play. However, Zach Geiger is in the Snake Rito for Ironmen. Billy pushing it. I think it's going to be tough, though. Only 10 seconds left. Looks like we're going to see an overtime, Maddie.
Yeah, Archie Montemayor tried to make something happen here in the closing seconds. Ironmen hold the line, and we're going to head to our first overtime match of the tournament in our first set of the tournament.
This is a great match. Start the real tournament off here on Friday morning, Maddie. Back and forth. Looked like XFactor was going to continue with their dominance that they were starting to establish yesterday afternoon in the 3-man tournament, but the Ironmen fighting back, taking the lead. XFactor then tying it. Now we're going into overtime. Who you got, Maddie?
I'm still going to have to take XFactor. Obviously, I played for the Ironmen for a long time, but XFactor, after the win in the 3-man, with the roster they have, it's still a relatively new roster here for the Ironmen. I mean, it's been a little bit, but a little bit more experience here for XFactor, so I think they have a higher probability of taking this one home. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, couldn't agree with you more there. Ironmen definitely the underdogs in series ranking. They did have that top 4 finish last year, but they haven't been able to get back to that pedigree once more. They did lose Stephen O'Mara in the offseason as well. Playing, though, for their fallen teammate, Jerry Caro here. You know this is a team playing with a lot of emotion. So you know they want this one.
Yeah, and the Ironmen are scrappy. But XFactor just, again, a little bit more experienced and should have a ton of confidence after the 3-man victory. Who is the Ironman going to send out? Looks like they're going to send out Geiger, Sense, Guest, Packcraft, and it looks like Lennon. Or is that Henry Sense?
Henry, yeah. Yeah, it's Henry, Geiger, Guest, Nicolau, Kraft for Ironman.
Oh, Nicolau, yeah.
Yeah. You know, XFactor calling timeout here. Ryan Brand, Dixon Yang going to take a little extra time to go over their game plan. Always creative with their play calls. More experience and more definitely momentum in XFactor's favor. Stamina, though. That was a long day of paintball for them.
Yeah, it was. We talked to Billy Bernaccia this morning, and he was saying, I feel like I just played a whole tournament because I did. I played 8 games yesterday.
8 games with a lot of running for that man. Meter Ninos coming out for XFactor. He's played well for him. I think he's going to be their #1 option on the Dorito side. Cody Bayless yesterday struggled a bit, had a bad death in this match as well. TJ Danner going to join Meter. Billy. Expect to see Archie. And Fuzzy's going to be the 5th. Matt Jackson.
20 seconds.
A bunch of Texans. And then Billy from Milford, Connecticut.
Going to throw 5 minutes on the clock here. And jump into this overtime point in about 10 seconds.
Breakout so important here.
Ironmen go triple up the back center, essentially, and shoot nobody, so it's a 5-on-5.
They also went snake off the break with Geiger, though, and he made it. So developing nicely are the Ironmen. 2 in the laydown wall in the center of the field for XFactor. We have not seen this yet. Archie looks like he wants to go across into the snake. Fuzzy Jackson is shooting the cross. Henry Sense backing up Zach Geiger in the snake.
Billy Bernaccia dives out into snake 1. Archie content to stay at the mini wall here as Billy Bernaccia gets into snake 2.
Yeah, Tom Guest, I think if he doesn't know Billy is in there, is certainly wary of the threat of Billy Bellissimo Bernaccia. Billy now coming inside, trying to shoot from Snake Rito to Snake Rito and catch Zach Geiger playing big. Henry Sense now backing up Geiger into that snake side wedge. Billy hunting for kills. He's got nothing to shoot right now. First minute ticks off without a body coming off. Henry Sense pointing like he shot someone he did not. 5-on-5 still.
Yeah, pretty even here on the real estate as well, too. Slightly better for the Ironmen as they have Henry Sense up at that wedge in the snake. And XFactor still doubled up in the mini wall. Archie's going to get back out into snake 1. Nice move for Archie Montemayor. Help Billy out a little bit.
Meanwhile, Henry Sense crawls across and gets into the snake 2 behind Geiger for the Ironmen. So very similar setups here. Both teams with a snake 2 and a snake Rito in the laydown wall on the cross. Both teams with the Aztec on the Dorito side in the back center. Perfectly mirrored positions, Maddie.
Yeah, and it's 5-on-5 still. Good comms for both squads. This is how this field's going to play all weekend, though. Snake side, a lot easier to push. The D side, you pretty much put a body at that Aztec or back corner, typically the Aztec, and he's just going to be on an island.
It's pirate ships out here right now, evenly matched. 3 stack of bodies on the snake side, shooting cross field at the non-mirrored snake side. Billy on the wrap. Archie giving really good comms to Billy, telling him what he wants. Wrap on the Alamo, however, Billy dies there. But then Archie takes a big bite off of Billy's death. That's high-level paintball, Matty.
Yeah, huge right now. See how this develops with just 2:25 left here on the clock. Archie in a crucial position on the attack for San Antonio XFactor. 50-yard line wedge.
Archie's really afraid if he gives up dominance on Kyle Nicolau. Nicolau not shooting his way, but with those two bodies on the snake side shooting the inside of that wedge, Archie has to live on the outside, commit to the wrap there.
Well, I also loved how he head checked the clock. Time, understanding the passage of time in these stressful situations, so crucial. So he head checks the clock, make sure he has enough time to work with. He doesn't have to push it reckless yet.
Yeah, backed up by Fuzzy Jackson, who sneaks into the wedge. So XFactor, even though they're down a body, looking like they want to try to turn the field. Archie ripping a bounce shot off the center laydown door into the snake 2 on Henry Sense. Those were enough to make Henry duck.
He's got some help with Matt Jackson still behind him. And Meter and TJ staying alive in those back spots.
The level of conversation between Archie and Matt Jackson is elite happening right now. They're really talking high-level chess breakdown. I can keep him from coming. I can't keep him from shooting. Archie, the bad death, overextending. Fuzzy saunters into the snake Rito, though.
Going to take some magic here from one of the 3 players left alive.
Or
low body moment.
Or kill a moment and take it to one-on-ones, Matty.
Yeah, possible. Just a minute left to hold the line here for XFactor. Ironmen with a 2-body advantage. Can they do something with it? Do they know the count? They should.
Now here comes Henry Sense. Oh, they do lose Zach Geiger, though. That's a bad death.
Henry Sense, though, yeah, losing the outside containment. Henry Sense pushes up past the 50 slightly. He's at the Hertz Tower. TJ Danner yelling that he shot someone else. Doesn't look like there's another body coming off, so it's a 4-on-3 here. Still in favor of the Ironmen is here comes Tom Guest, going to cut to the middle. They get a body at the 50-yard line wedge. He's going to bully his way past, and they get the shot on TJ Danner in transition. But Kyle Nicolau also going to take the walk as well, too. And the body comes off from the Ironman on that side. It's a 2-on-2 here currently. We may see one-on-ones. 23 seconds left to go, even on the count.
It's Tom Guest and Henry Sense. Henry Sense throws his body weight. It's just Tom Guest. He doesn't know he lost Henry. Fuzzy coming around. They're going to ring around the Rosie.
And they're going to have enough time to steal the win here. Is Matt Jackson going to hit the afterburners and beat Meter there?
Wait, confusing there.
Was there a body still left alive for the Ironman over there?
Tom Guest was alive. He sneakily sort of dead man walked there.
Yeah, that
thumbs up.
Looked like
it's a dirty hang for XFactor. It's going to be Ironman's point. The Ironman just stole that.
Wow, what a chaotic end. Did Tom Guest just kind of throw a sneaky dead man's walk in there? How did he do that?
I think they ran around the Rosie. Fuzzy thought he shot him.
Maybe bounced him.
Tom Guest is just looking at him, pulls up his gun, shoots Fuzzy in the back right as he's going to hit the buzzer. Dirty hang. Point is on the board for the Ironman. Outrageous end there. The refs are going to talk about it, have their little powwow.
Yeah. Oh, God, I hope we have the replay on that. So there's Tom Guest. Here's a drone shot, so it's going to be tough to tell. Maybe we see an explosion. They go ring around the Rosie. Thought they traded. Tom's still alive, untouched, as he gets the shot in on Matt Jackson before he hits it.
That wasn't a dead man's walk.
No, not at all. He
sleep on him.
Yeah, he just ring around the Rosie clean, at least from this angle. Obviously, we're about as far away as we possibly can get, but that was a good look from the eye in the sky.
Oh, heartbreaking and so frustrating if you're XFactor. All Meter, Ninos, or Fuzzy needed to do was just make sure they had the confirmed kill on Tom Guest. Instead, thinking they'd shot him, run in.
Yeah, so that is going to do it here. Looks like the Ironmen are going to be taking the victory in a close overtime battle. Next up is going to be AC Diesel taking on New York Extreme, and Hurricanes taking on Energy Elite at the 2025 NXL Midwest Open. We'll be right back.
Closet! Kill the closet! Kill the closet! We gotta be alive. Hey, Diesel, America off the break. Hold the zone. Delta money inside.
Diesel! Diesel! Diesel!
Game time finished. Game stop.
Hey, all good. A little frustrating because we should have dominated, but hey, win's a win. Kyle! Kyle! I'm down to my last. Yeah, I got you. Here, put it in. Hey, look. Who's across? It's closet home on me.
Hey, I can go through the middle and get the closet.
You got to be careful of the Delta guy.
That's what I'm wondering.
Okay, hey, you know Clint's in the air. Hey, fire! Fire! No, Arizona. Yeah, go to the closet at least right now. Cobra money. I'm going.
They got the Tiger King Kuzma. It's the one on the snake side here. Diesel also getting into the 50 snake.
No, so Kuzman's going to run to his death, though. Tried to bunker him out, not able to get him.
Yeah,
not even a trade.
Yeah, he didn't know that Mouse was there. Mouse just shoots 2 more. Shoots him on his first engagement. And he lived? Oh my goodness. Dies in the end, but I think that was a 4-pack for Mouse.
I need my gun. 40 seconds. I'm on it. Missouri. Kill 4. Hey, 60 seconds. Kill 4. Come on. Fucking go. Way to be. Be confident in your comms. Hey, check the power play. Hey, Dorito 2's gonna go. I'm on it. Hey, Ricky.
Yeah, I think
Ricky,
Diesel's
kill
going to be
3.
pretty content. Undefeated on day 1.
Yeah.
Looking
Hey,
real good.
stay
Yeah, they're
fired.
in the driver's seat. They came into this with a chip on their shoulder.
And if you beat Legion by 4, you're a favorite to win this tournament.
Magic.
An awesome job sprinting
Yeah.
downfield to put
Come
one more
on.
on the board.
Let's fucking go. Let's go. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Get it on me. Diesel. Diesel.
Here we go. Dinner on you, motherfucker.
I got it.
Hey, it's BRNT with CRBN, and I have our new IC PWR Nano barrel system here. This kit includes our famous ultra lightweight injected carbon fiber back with our new nano tip, which features over 700 microports. This microporting prevents any debris, paint, or moisture from entering the bore and also produces a unique low sound signature. These barrel kits are compatible with all PWR inserts, including our own series from 679 to 691, and are also compatible with all PWR inserts, including those made by Planet Eclipse, Dye, and Inception Designs. Check them out at crbnpaintball.com.
Hey, it's BRNT at CRBN. Have our new S63 compatible nano tip. This will fit any Planet Eclipse LV2, CS3, 180R, Geo5, probably upcoming barrels they make too. Has 756 microports, all weather performance. Water cannot get in, paint cannot get in, but it can get out. Also, you get an unbelievable sound signature, quietest on the market. Absolute no-brainer upgrade if you have one of those guns. Check it out at your favorite paintball retailer or online at crbnpaintball.com.
Yes.
What's going on, everyone? Walker here with Carbon Paintball. Are you still spending a couple $100s to design your team jerseys? That's crazy. Go over to teams.crbnpaintball.com to create your jersey right now for just $19.95. Right when you sign up on the team program, all we're gonna ask for is your logo, primary patterns, colors, secondary accents, all that stuff, and we're gonna take that information, and within 48 hours, we're gonna kick you back a 3D mock-up of your team jersey. Now, there's no minimums. You guys can order one jersey. There's no packages required. You guys can build one if you want, but just go to teams.crbnpaintball.com and start now and save yourself some money for better gear.
30 seconds. Back center this way. Back in front of wide.
Looks like Zach Geiger's going to get taken out of the snake side insert here for Infamous. Going to leave 3 bodies here for Infamous, kind of stuck in the center. Big move here by Nate Schrader coming through the center. He's looking for Ryan Hall, and he's going to get him. He's also going to get Zach Patient.
I was like, oh, Nate just cleared it. We're good.
Okay.
I just took forever.
Okay, good. No, you did take forever. I'm just too quick.
Get out!
2-on-3 situation. Schrader going to go forward, hunting for Rodarte.
You got Rodarte here in the center tower, just waiting on Schrader, and he's going to get the drop in on him. So great point here for Nate Schrader.
Schrader living on the edge right now, taking a lot of risk on, but it is a drastic reward potentially here for Uprising now.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh! Let's fucking go! Let's fucking go, Graham! Let's fucking go, Graham! Oh my God! Where the fuck is my belt? World fucking champion! Let's go! All the way, baby! Let's go. They're fucking scared. Let's fucking go, Joel. We did it. Fucking did it. Thank you for believing in me, brother. I fucking shot that Ricky. I shot that Ricky, motherfucker. Let's go. I'm happy for you, mate. Way to dig deep with that sickness, man. Let's go to Sunday. Let's win this shit together. Let's win this shit together. Stare me down, kid. I got your number. I got your number. I said stare me down to him, but if you want to stare down too, I got your number too. Okay.
1 minute.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I have been playing pro for a long time. I'll be here. I'll be here. I'll be here.
Hey, believe in yourself, believe in each other, right? Go for the fucking logo on our chest. This is what we do, dude. This is what we train for. This is the fucking moment that we all dream of. Come out there, bring your best self, and continuously get better. Yes, baby. Let's go, baby.
Mic up? Yeah, hot mic. I'll let him know. We'll let him know. You know what it is. You know what it is, ho.
Well, now you about to find out.
Yeah, boy. Go. Baby, baby, baby. Baby, baby dragon. 100, 400. 400, 500, Chris here. 400, 500 alpha. Hey, kill the 400. Kill the 400. That's right. Save your boy. Hey, hey, that's what patience does. Patience, baby. Way to fucking be. Hey, fuck these clowns up. You're right.
And we are back. Second set about to go down here on center court. The 2025 NXL Midwest Open. I'm Matty Marshall with Mike Jeffrey. Right now it's AC Diesel playing New York Extreme. And the Hurricanes going to be taking on Energy Elite. So Diesel, New York Extreme. What do you think New York Extreme has to do to beat AC Diesel? Because AC Diesel's been looking pretty solid here.
Win the off-the-break battle. Harris Hussein is often a good gun off the break. When NYX has looked good, it's when they've won off the break. They've struggled with their closes, so winning off the break and closing well. If you're Diesel, just keep building, playing connected paintball with all 5 guys. Alex Goldman looks like he's back to playing the 1 on the snake side. It looks like they might have shot Will Hennessy off the break as well. 5 alive for Diesel. Hennessy is clean, so 5 alive for NYX.
Yeah, might have caught a bouncer. Lucky one here to start things out in this 5-on-5 situation. Better field position here currently for Diesel with a body up at that 40-yard line. And here comes Harris Hussein as he's going to match it. And dipping into the snake also for New York Extreme.
Yeah, really nice secondaries by NYX. That's Nico Acevedo. Oh, I thought he might have gotten shot down the wire. No, just a random explosion, but still really good secondaries by NYX. 5-on-5. Harris looks like he wants to come forward and bunker out this brick player for AC Diesel. Harris really looking for it. Got to make sure you get that body, though. And with, I believe, Spica on the cross, it's going to be difficult. Alex Goldman, though, gets into the snake for AC Diesel.
Yeah, it's Lackey up in the brick here for Diesel and Goldman outside wide.
Kyle Spica in that Dorito Aztec for Diesel. Oh, Nico Acevedo going to die on the bounce shot.
Nice kill for AC Diesel as Goldman gets into Snake 3. Here comes the move across from Harris Hussein, and he trades out with Lackey.
Still, we don't like trades in low body situations. Might not have heard that Nico died. However, I believe Baginski dies, but might have traded with Hennessy. So I believe a 3-on-2 advantage Diesel.
Yeah, Diesel with a one body advantage right now, and Goldman outside wide here, Snake side. Shooting inside though. Diesel maybe off a body.
Yeah, it got a little chaotic there with the Harris trading with Lackey, and then the back center player, I believe that was Mark Baginski trading with Will Hennessy. But really nicely spread is AC Diesel. Kalea now going to jump across into the Snake 2 and crawl forward into the Snake Rito for NYX. I believe, is that Jackson Blue in the door for NYX?
Yeah, and also Clint Johnson just made his move up to the wedge. So a bit of an island drill here for a 3-on-2 island drill in favor of AC Diesel.
It's Sea-Dog. I don't think that's his legal name, number 24 for NYX. And now coming forward on the Snake side is Kalea. So I like the move by Kalea in a low body situation to come forward, try to generate some offense. Diesel picks it up though.
Mike Spica catching a ton of fire, has to push to the inside of that Aztec. He's pushing it around though. He's absorbing the pressure nicely, staying alive in that spot. Clint Johnson with the tactical retreat to get back to the mini wall.
Yeah, Clint Johnson doesn't know that this whole side is clear. He's playing Overwatch for Alex Goldman, but there's nobody to Overwatch. It's just the center player. Clint Johnson, though, does sneak out into the Snake 1. Spica now wants to get to the outside. Looks like he's going to go and get Kalea here. Nice job by Spica. Bunkers him clean. Shoots Sea-Dog as well. Awesome close by Kyle Spica.
Yeah, Kyle Spica had some good ones yesterday in the 3-man. And we had him up here, and we were able to talk to him about the strategy on that side of the field. And he's like, you have to be very patient. It's really tough to, if you... And he also agreed, and we were talking offline about it, about how important, how crucial that that Aztec, and that Dorito side player is going to be, because you can steal points towards the end, you can close points, you have to stay alive. You're going to be controlling zones, controlling lanes in gunfights. It's a high-risk, high-responsibility situation, and how goes that player's results is probably going to either make or break your team.
Those are the only eyes for someone coming through the middle. So if that guy doesn't see him coming forward, look at Spica living on the edge, protecting himself from Kalea. Once he sees the ref go into check, he makes the move to the outside, recognizes he hasn't been picked up, bunkers him clean. Kalea, terrible gun posture there. Lucky didn't catch a penalty. And then Spica putting the finishing touches on Sea-Dog as well.
Jumping into the first point with the New Orleans Hurricanes and Energy Elite. Both Hurricanes going to be getting very quick into the Snake 3 position. Eat the body up in the middle for Energy Elite. Nice kill from Nick Ripple.
Energy Elite with some roster upheaval just this Monday coming into this event. Slightly thin roster. No Damian Vasquez, no Evan Manners. Those players were cut. Ethan Adams also taking a step back from paintball. So Nick Ripple now for the Hurricanes into their wedge. Not sure that, now Energy definitely knows he's there. But it's a 5-on-3 advantage New Orleans Hurricanes. Ripple on the wrap. Knows all the spots. Love when a guy is in the 50 Snake and knows where everyone is. Finds the bodies, relays them back to the backfield. Hurricanes in control right now. I think it's Politi in the Snake Rito for Energy Elite. And then Nelson, who won a couple one-on-ones yesterday in the back center.
Ripple being very patient, just controlling zones and talking it up at a crucial spot for the Hurricanes. And then now looks like
Seawright is back in action. Love to see it.
Yeah, Seawright getting checked by the ref. He's good to go. Playing that crucial spot on the Dorito side that we just discussed. Kyle Spica's position.
Energy Elite, their MO typically in these situations is to tighten up, and they do kill one. Is that Pate out of the middle for Hurricanes. So now 4-on-3. Still advantage Hurricanes positionally and body count-wise. Ripple, wheeling and dealing, moves forward.
Yeah, great kill here for Energy Elite. Get that count close. Shot on Aaron Pate.
Oof. Ripple and Nelson are really dueling from this far Dorito in the back center. Nelson, really good player for Energy Elite. He's made his name known in the 3-man yesterday.
Yeah, Ripple going to need a little help. Daniel Camp filters out, gets to the South Electronics can. Look for him to dip into the snake here soon. Ripple is blocked out crossfield a little bit from that pin. He has to lean all the way out to get the crossfield shot.
He sent a heater in at Politi there, almost caught him, unable to. Politi now very wary of Ripple backing up off that spot. Daniel Camp now sneaking out into the snake 1 behind Ripple, so Ripple with some good protection.
There's 3 guns looking at Ripple right now.
Oh, and my mistake, I had the count wrong. It's a 4-on-4. There's another body in the snake 2 for Energy. Now the snake 1. I believe that's Austin Buffton, yeah.
The closest body to Ripple is the back center. There's basically 3 guns looking at him.
It's that.
Aztec.
Yeah.
He's hiding in the Aztec. And rightfully so. He should be hiding in that spot.
Ripple tried to rip a bounce shot off the wedge into that snake Rito. 4-on-4 situation. It's been 3 minutes in this point so far. Seawright has gotten into the Dorito 2 for the Hurricanes. So the Hurricanes, better field position, definitely, but still a tough close here, even bodies.
Well, Mike, it's good to see that Seawright's starting to push up on that top side, because Ripple's been absorbing the bulk of the pressure here for a while onto Energy Elite side of the field. And yeah, the closest bodies actually, we just talked about that Aztec. So there's the back center in the Aztec right in front of Ripple, and then 2 bodies in the snake.
Really good job by Daniel Camp getting close. Now he's in the snake Rito behind Ripple. Going to go back into that snake 2. Not a lot of free kills out here, Maddie. It's tough. Ripple can't really go further because then he'll expose himself to Politi and Buffton. With an even body count and the score tied at 0, these situations are so tough. You really want to try to win a gun battle. You don't want to force a move, but nothing's going to be free out here.
Yeah, this is a tough situation. It's great for Ripple to be up here because, again, he is absorbing a lot of that pressure. The back center has switched his gun on to Seawright.
Yeah, Seawright only has 1 gun to get through, and it's the back center. I'd like to see Seawright kind of force the action a little bit further. Politi shooting inside. Austin Buffton shooting inside at Ripple. Ripple, such a tough spot to play that tight for that long.
Yeah, he is doing it very nicely, though.
Certainly.
He hasn't been over-engaging. He's just been absorbing pressure, but engaging enough to become a threat. He's not just completely hiding. He's actually touching the side of that bunker to try to draw fire. Energy Elite trying to get out here. Back corner bunker on the Dorito side. He's going to get checked out by the ref.
Yeah, Camp shot him. Great job by Camp controlling the zone. He tries to force the move out to the corner. That changes the tide. Now Ripple can play this outside wrap on that Dorito much more safely. Put a ton of pressure on Nelson in that back center. Shoots him.
Yeah, gets the kill. Now leaving just the 2 bodies in the snake with Buffton and Politi here for Energy Elite. Camp going to move up to the 50-yard line. Both Ripple and Camp ripping those crossfield shots. They are going to get the shot in on Politi, leaving just Buffton, and that's going to force a concession. And actually, Ripple was able to get that crossfield shot as the buzzer sounded. So after a long, over 5-minute long point here, first score is going to be for the Hurricanes.
Awesome patience by Nick Ripple there, getting that forward penetration and not freaking out, not over battling, not forcing a move, waiting for his team to develop behind him. Daniel Camp, perfect zone control, shooting that filler. That's what changed that point in the Hurricanes' favor.
Absolutely. Yeah, Ripple played magnificent in that point. Early aggression, smart to get across to the 50, smart to get across onto Energy's side, and then just absorbed a ton of that pressure. And then Camp with great overwatch. Nice first point here for the Hurricanes. So AC Diesel up by 1 here in the split deck format, New York Extreme. This team switch sides every time a point is won.
NYX sending Sea-Dog up to that center brick. Diesel sending 2 bodies to the South Electronics can. That's something new. And they lose Kyle Spica early in this point. So 4-on-4 because Hennessy dies out of the same spot. So 4-on-4.
AC Diesel doubling up the South Electronics can. Diesel from the blue side. New York Extreme from the red side. New York Extreme. Some penetration up the middle slightly.
Oh, they're actually onto Diesel's brick is Sea-Dog. Sea-Dog is in Diesel's brick shooting Dorito away. However, they lose Harris out of the back center. Very bad death by Harris there. They had this nice double center attack going, but that's not really going to be a great thing if Clint Johnson comes through and stitches up a couple bodies. I don't know that he knows there's a player on the other side of that bunker, though. Someone right on the other side of that bunker, Clint Johnson. Here we go. We call this the poison situation.
Getting interesting here in the middle. Clint checking off first. It's Extreme just posted on that side. And he's going to come through. Did they trade? Oof, they did. Clean trade. No penalty assessed.
So now 2-on-3, advantage AC Diesel. It's Kalea and Nico Acevedo. Alex Goldman, though, just got into the 50 wedge. No one saw him. Now Kalea sees him and shoots him. So now it's a 2-on-2. Great job by Kalea.
Yeah, Kalea, patient, waited on that shot.
I imagine that Diesel thought they killed the only body out of the center, but that double stack leaves a lingering trap that Goldman walks into.
AC Diesel pushing the issue, though, in the snake again. Kalea trying to stay on that zone, gets beat back into the brick, gives up that spot. Diesel now at the snake 3 and gets the shot in on Kalea.
Nicely done. Now a 2-on-1. Great job. I believe that was Jesse Stevens over there in the snake. Rito for AC Diesel taking over the attack from Alex Goldman. It's just Nico Acevedo left. No, sorry, that was Johnson, but not Clint Johnson. Nico Acevedo in the snake, wheeling and dealing over here.
Acevedo gets into the snake 3. Here comes the close as Baginski gets a little bit closer. Acevedo into the 50. Iceman picks him up and trades out.
Yeah, nice job by Baginski there. Just need a trade, gets it.
Yeah, it was Jesse Stevens over there on the snake side for AC Diesel.
Wearing a Mark Johnson jersey, though. Or was that Mark Johnson? It's definitely a Mark Johnson jersey.
I'll tell you in a second when he takes his goggles off. Nope, that's Jesse Stevens.
Good job there by Kalea shooting mouse in transition, and this is Jesse Stevens in the Mark Johnson jersey. Wheeling and dealing, shoots Kalea in the dome, just battling. Kalea can't hang.
Yeah, Kalea, he got that first kill on mouse, but then Jesse Stevens clocked in. Jesse had a good run for him, playing a difficult position at the last event in Atlantic City. And now Energy Elite looking over the shoulders here for the Hurricanes, though. On the breakout with 9:45 left to go after that long first point.
5-on-5, both teams surviving, both teams with a middle presence.
Yeah,
Askren for Energy Elite.
Yeah, Askren with a decent bite here on the break, getting up to that brick. As Energy Elite filtering out bodies, Pleady back into the snake. Gets into snake 2 pretty quick.
Daniel Camp also in the snake for the New Orleans Hurricanes, backed up by Drew Bell. Making his way into the, hanging tight for a second, but definitely thinking about making the move forward to the snake Rito. Askren, though, is keeping Camp in check from that center brick bunker. Meanwhile, Seawright and Pate holding their zones. Hurricanes so disciplined. Play really connected paintball with great communication. Both teams 5-on-5. Looks like we got the makings of another long point here, Matty.
Yeah, potentially, Mike. Lee dips into the snake 3 position. And with Askren up the middle, the Hurricanes dug in pretty tight right now. Definitely the potential makings of a long one here. Hurricanes not giving them much. They have the brick and the mini wall in the middle. Snake 2.
Hurricanes shooting the outside edge of that wedge, trying to zip one in on Politi. Ripping their bounce shots. Hurricanes seem to know the field very well. Seem to know their bounce shots really well. So critical out here, especially in these 5-on-5 situations when people are dug in like ticks. No one's trying to over battle. No one's going to give you a free kill typically. Politi gets on the wrap from that snake Rito. He looks like he might want to take a bite.
Well, Politi's, I'm hoping somebody's going to engage him in a gunfight, but the Hurricanes are just really tightening into these defensive zones. Everyone's hunkered up, dug in. No body language tells me they want to make moves right now, and they get the shot in on Askren and Politi as well, too. So a couple kills quickly have turned this into a 5-on-3 in favor of the Hurricanes as Buffin makes a move up the middle. Going to see a reposition here for Energy Elite as he gets outside wide. Seawright has made his move into the back corner bunker here in this high body moment for the Hurricanes.
Yeah, the Hurricanes just playing with superior patience and field knowledge, ripping those bounce shots. I think Askren got killed on one. Politi, I think, just over-battled. But great job by the Hurricanes to just win the pressure battle when everything slowed down.
Now they're looking to make moves. They dip into the snake 3 position, and it's going to force a concession here.
5-on-3 situation. This player, number 33, wearing an AJ Buffton jersey. Looked like he wanted to come forward for Energy Elite, but Alan Buffton, head coach over there, had seen enough, didn't like the odds in a 3-on-5 the way the Hurricanes were set up. I don't blame him there. I think that's a fairly smart concession.
So I'm pretty sure that's Corey Walter wearing the Buffton jersey.
Gotcha.
Yeah, 8 bodies on the roster here with a lot of changes for Energy Elite before the start of this event. Diesel, 2-point lead here over Extreme.
Josh Taylor getting the spin. They sat Kalea after that last one. NYX sitting in second to last place, 19th. They do shoot one off the break, though.
I think that's Cody Lembo wearing the Sea Dog jersey for New York Extreme. Henningberg getting checked out here by the referee in the snake for Diesel. Looks like he's good to go. Looking over the shoulders. Here is Baginski in the back. There's BJ Henningberg. Decent position in the snake as the body comes off for Extreme. It's Josh taking the walk.
Yeah, Nico Acevedo does get into the snake for NYX, but throwing away their early advantage. Clint Johnson playing that South Electronics can for AC Diesel on the left side of your screen. He's backing up BJ Henningberg. Looking like he's trying to rip a bounce shot off that Hertz tower into that center brick. Those were zipping in enough to make Sea Dog flinch. But with a 2-point lead and an even body count, AC Diesel taking some spots, content to roll their guns. Is that Kyle Spica in the Aztec for them or Jesse Stevens? Either way, playing super tight, making sure that the center zone is held.
Yeah, Diesel with about 8 minutes to go, sitting in some defensive positions, crossing it up. They've gotten to good spots and now shooting some lanes. Now Clint's gonna dip into the snake here behind BJ.
Yeah, 4-on-4. Harris Hussein still in the back center. Harris has to get in the game. I don't think he's really doing much from that back center. AC Diesel looks like they have no intention of going out to the Dorito side. Harris looking for a way to apply some pressure. Ref going in to check Nico Acevedo and the Snake Rito. There goes Harris out to the South Electronics can. Nico's clean, so it's still a 4-on-4. So it's difficult here to develop offense. Here comes Harris creeping into that wedge.
And calling a shot cross field, didn't shoot anybody, but made it into a spot clean.
Sometimes people just do that. It's like a PR move. Say that you shot at someone and it looks like you're doing something, but
I think that's actually that Mouse using Clint's loader. Pretty sure. Anyway, gets a shot on Jackson Blue.
Jackson dying out of his spot, so just 3 bodies left alive. That forces Harris Hussein to retreat back to the back center, pick up the safety valve. BJ Henningberg.
Well, Mike, we talked about how crucial the kill is out of that island, essentially on the D side. Getting that kill on Jackson's huge. It allows BJ to get into another spot, feel a little bit less pressure. Really worried about that middle as well. He should be.
Yeah, if you're Charlie, the coach of NYX, you got to start thinking about a concession in the next 3 minutes. It's only a 1-body deficit, but you got to develop some offense here. Here comes Nico Acevedo. I love that from Nico. Try to force the issue here. Down a body, down 2 points. You can't take all day in a low body situation.
Yeah, I mean, they still have a little bit of time to work with, but offense needed here for New York Extreme, so it's going to be Acevedo past the 50-yard line. It hasn't really frazzled Diesel at all. They're talking it up. I think they've picked up where he is. BJ is now pumping paint that way. Looks like Kyle Spica is going to take the, no, Silos going to be taking the walk.
Now Clint Johnson hunting for Acevedo. Acevedo doing a great job to even the body count here. Changes the whole situation. Good job that Charlie didn't concede there. Gave his boys a chance to roll. Now AC Diesel just all on the snake side. BJ talking to Mark Baginski. Mark Baginski has to keep his gun inside so that Acevedo can't come streaking at him. Acevedo got to be careful not to over-engage.
Yeah, he needs to, but he has to be careful because he has that outside containment, and that he just has to be patient right now.
Yeah, Diesel ripping a bounce shot into him, making it difficult just to set himself up. Slowing down. People running out of paint down to their last pods.
Yeah, I don't think Goldman has anything left.
That's Johnson.
Oh, is it Johnson?
Yep. Clint Johnson and Baginski now coming forward to hunt. Acevedo. Oh, Baginski can't quite see him. He's going to take another bite forward. He misses his first shot, but then comes through and gets Sea-Dog. So 2-on-2 situation now.
Yeah, here goes up to the 50-yard line. BJ Henningberg is also worried about that back center, and Acevedo. He's blocked out from Acevedo, though, from that position with the brick in the middle. Does have a shot on the back center. Now Acevedo goes across. So if Acevedo wraps around, he has a shot on BJ from that position, but he's got to be careful about Clint. Clint makes the move back to Snake when Clint gets shot, and then they shoot BJ. So great job here by Extreme to stay in this one.
Nico Acevedo, young player, formerly from Northern California, now lives in Florida. That's how he ended up in the ML Kings camp. He's really come on as a solid threat for NYX, pushing the issue in a low body situation, evening it up. Good job by Harris Hussein to value his body and help clean it up, as those last two AC Diesel bodies were forced out by Nico's pressure.
So I'm not seeing a concession, and I don't know why. I mean, it's Extreme already worried about it's a 1-point game. They're just kind of letting some time burn off the clock. We'll see how much time actually gets burnt off. So this was Hussein in the back center. Running referee comes in, pulls out a body.
Maddie, I just don't understand why they're not hitting the buzzer here, down 2 points.
Well, let's get a look here at these replays, though, real quick. So it was BJ Henningberg over here on the 50-yard line, getting shot out from that back center. But, yeah, I agree. So now we're looking here at Harris Hussein. I mean, margin can be the only thing. You're down. You're going to be down by 1. Diesel's doesn't want to concede because they have a 2-point lead, and they would love to get this first win. Extreme's burning clock off. We'll be down by 1. How much time do they want to have left on the clock to try to go out and get this win?
Yeah, I just don't understand. You're down 2 points. Like, why are we bringing this clock under 3 minutes? It's not like this is a fast-paced field. This is so foolish to me.
It's definitely not a fast-paced field.
Yeah, it's like, okay, let's give ourselves 40 seconds left.
It was in the 3-man. It was fast-paced. But in the 5-man, it's been pretty much low-scoring games here.
And then watch, they're going to be running to hit the buzzer, and they're going to need 5 more seconds, and then it's going to be because we stood on the field and let clock tick off when we were down 2.
Mike, don't hold anything back. Tell me what you really think.
I just think you're down 2, save the clock. I don't think that's, calculus.
30 seconds.
Yeah, so Hurricanes up by 2 on Energy Elite. This new roster running with Askren up the middle. Leedy going to be in that snake. Connor's Nelson, 27. And who's in the 00 jersey?
I don't know, when you cut 2 guys right before the tournament, you end up with some mystery jerseys, no-name jerseys out here. Now Hurricanes up 2. Energy Elite does shoot Ripple off the break. That's a huge kill. They send 00, Mr. No Name, into Hurricanes brick off the break. So this double center look with Askren and Agent 0 for Energy Elite and generating a kill, giving themselves a good opportunity to crawl back into this match.
Like, hyper-aggressive game plan here, and it's not like there was 35 seconds left to score 2. No, 6.5 minutes left here on the clock. But I love this bold play call. It's working out so far for them with the ground. Let's see if they can develop outside. They get a body into the snake. So things starting to develop nicely. 5 bodies alive here for Energy Elite. See our eye in the sky, the double stack of attackers up the middle. Each one looking a separate way. 00 looking towards the D side.
That's Brandon Portman for Energy Elite, Agent 0. Daniel Camp, though, crawling forward into the snake 2. That's going to create some issues for this double center look for Energy Elite.
And Mike Seawright able to get out wide that back corner bunker for the Hurricanes. Camp has to posit snake 2.
So now the way that the Hurricanes have developed, even though they're down a body, up 2, it's going to be difficult for Energy Elite to develop offense out of these positions. They don't have a free body to go trade with out of the middle. You're up a body, you love trades in this situation, especially down points with the clock ticking down, but there's not an easy trade available to Energy Elite here.
No easy trades here currently with the tactical situation confronting them. Have to allow this to develop. Hopefully maybe get a kill. Hope that Hurricanes over battle with this 2-point lead. Not likely. Daniel Camp being patient here in Snake 2. Good comms for both squads.
Justin Politi in that Snake Rito for Energy Elite. He's getting a lot more spins out here.
Mike Portman and Askren have been very diligent on staying crossed up, just not giving up those gaps. But Hurricanes not falling for the trap. They have not made any moves after these positions. I'm wondering if they know that there's that double stack of bodies up the middle.
I'm pretty sure they do because they were ripping a bounce shot off the pin into Portman. Yeah, I don't think it was the paint was going in there, but that says to me that they know he's in that spot. They definitely know Askren is there. Camp engaged him on the inside. He's being careful down low, looking to make that move into the Snake Rito. Got to keep that pack down low. Doesn't want to give anything up. I believe he can kill Portman if he comes inside here. However, he still has to protect himself from Askren.
Yeah, great low crawl here from Camp. Camp gets the check and does shoot Portman. Huge kill here for Daniel Camp and the Hurricanes. After that death, Energy Elite sneaks a body out wide. Dip into the back corner bunker on the D side.
Yeah, Nelson sneaks out there, but huge. Oh, Politi dies as well, so falling apart here for Energy Elite. Had the one body advantage in the center presence, but unable to generate offense off of that early advantage in the Hurricanes.
They got it. They also need to be thinking about talent right now.
Yep.
3 minutes and 45 seconds. Maybe let it play out for another 30 seconds.
They're thinking margin already, Maddie. It looks like the Energy Elite overtime streak had ended, but even those 1-point losses, they're in a tougher spot here. Hurricanes have just elite-level communication. I know they lost Mike Bianca, but the way they communicate on field is incredible. Seawright and Daniel Camp are having a full conversation coast to coast right here. Makes me tingly as a former coach, Maddie, to see that happen. Love when your ones communicate cross field like that.
Yeah, they're talking about angles and jobs.
Yeah.
It's not, hey, he's there. He's at this spot. He's at the alpha. He's at the alpha. No, it's like, hey, can you get the outside? You can't? Okay, cool. I'm on this angle. Here's our count. Here's their count.
Energy Elite, just seeming a little content here. In the next minute, you expect them to try to force the issue and break the cross here. These give themselves a chance.
Well, they could also be thinking about margin the opposite way.
Yes. No, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. In the sense, like, hey, we didn't tell it, so now that we're getting down to 2:30, possibly going to be going down 3, let's just let this one ride and maybe hopefully get this one. Worst case, 2-point loss. We'll see.
Getting quiet out here as players run out of paint, although Daniel Camp has plenty on his back. Askren just hoping Camp gives him something foolish. Camp has no intention of doing that. Nelson, Connor, new pickup, did well yesterday in 3-man.
Yeah, Mike, not a lot of guys shooting their guns right now. Everyone's just kind of posted up on zones.
Well, and the Hurricanes have all the zones held. So if you're Energy Elite, sorry, we're not gun battling you right now. You have to make a move through the zone that we are holding. We have the lead. We have the body advantage. You have to make the low-risk move.
Indeed. And Hurricanes being very patient, just dedicated on these crosses right now.
Yeah, Energy Elite here. I like the call not to concede, but Maddie, if it's not the cardinal sin to play like you're only down 1 when you're down 2, but it is a sin.
Yeah, I'm thinking they've got to be just pondering margin right now.
Yeah.
They don't want to put themselves in a deficit. They're waiting until 1:15. Like you just talked about, Mike, kind of playing like they need 1 to tie. They need 2 to tie, but maybe hoping they win this one and just, again, pull that margin a little closer, but accept the loss.
Yep. Absolutely. 2-point loss and a 3-point loss could be the difference in making sense. Here comes Askren. I like the move. Trades with Camp. Austin Buffton makes the move off of that. Oh, wow. And
Pate gets shot at that same exact time, but Seawright's going to go all the way outside wide to get the drop in on Buffton. And here comes the move up. Did he get stitched up?
No, he lived.
He lived that.
2-on-2.
Yeah, 2-on-2 situation. Now down to 40 seconds. The referee is going to run and give him a check, though.
Nelson really wanted. Oh, he did, in fact, shoot him. Nice job by Nelson there. So it's just C-Right. 30 seconds left. Energy Elite down 2. Nelson going to get on the wrap. Going to have the drop on C-Right. Misses the first ball. Then dots him. They trade, though. So Buffton going to hit the, I'm not going to call those afterburners. 15 seconds left on the clock. That's huge in terms of margin. Game's probably over. Hurricane's probably going to take this one. 14 seconds, we've seen it. I just don't think that Energy Elite has wheels like Chad Yaya or the Russian Legion.
Yeah.
Those famous 11-second points.
I'm just shaking my head a little bit. I mean, Energy Elite has just proven that they can, even with this change of roster, to hang with teams. But a potential another 1-point loss.
Yeah.
That would be 8 1-point losses in 9 games.
Yeah.
In 2025.
Yeah, they're really good at losing by 1.
So looking at some of these replays, just a tight spread for the Hurricanes, but it did kind of come down to that big move from Askren. So there's number 7, Matt Askren. They lose. That was an earlier kill on Portman. Then here comes Askren as he runs up. It was a clean trade. No penalties were assessed. Big move for Askren to try to crack it open. Another body had just come off during that time for the Hurricanes, and this was the close with Buffton.
Wow. And now,
so for a long break for Extreme and Diesel.
NYX decided they needed under 3 points to try to tie here against AC Diesel. They're going to go with Hennessy, Hussein, Nico Acevedo, Kalea.
And I believe that's Cody Limbo.
Cody Limbo.
30 seconds.
AC Diesel running Spica. Clint Johnson, Alex Mouse Goldman, Mark Baginski. And I believe that's Jared Lackey.
15 seconds to go before the start of this next point.
10 seconds.
Tiny lead here for AC Diesel. Heavy guns up for Extreme. Whoa. And heavy guns up for Diesel as well, too.
Lembo was going up into the brick, but then retreated into the laydown. Both teams losing a body out of the back center. It's Harris Hussein and Clint Johnson taking the walk.
Yeah, so 4-on-4 situation. Both teams with body up in that center.
AC Diesel with the lead and decent spread. NYX with the double stack in the middle. Nico now coming into AC Diesel side. These players are in the same bunker.
He doesn't know he's there. Is he going to crawl past it or stay there? He's going to crawl past it and get the kill.
Nicely done by Kalea. Another body coming off. It's Alex Mouse Goldman, so just 2 left alive for AC Diesel.
Yeah, Mike, not looking good here for Diesel. See if New York Extreme can read the variables here and advance up the field safely. Or we can see some low body craziness from AC Diesel. Spica able to get outside wide.
That's a really big fill outside wide for Spica, but unable to do anything off of it. NYX, sure enough, didn't need any extra time to tie it up.
NYX here looking pretty solid in that one. Winning some gunfights. Big move up the middle.
Gonna tie it up with however much time they want to leave on the clock in this tie game. I don't have any strong opinions about this choice. It's going to be a tie game, minute 25.
Yeah, looks like they waited for the concession.
Yeah. Maybe they have some phobia of the buzzer, NYX. Don't like touching it.
Well, every game's going to be huge for all of these teams, but for both Energy Elite and New York Extreme, pretty massive, seeing as how New York Extreme is sitting down at 19th place with 2 19th places in a row, and Energy Elite's in 18th with 2 18th places in a row.
Yeah, every match matters out here for these teams sitting in the bottom. Important to know that at World Cup, your series points are doubled. So World Cup will really be the determining factor when it comes down to who gets relegated, but certainly don't like to be sitting in those bottom 3 spots.
Yeah, it's just a part of the story of pro paintball is who is going to get relegated and who's on the bubble as we start to make our way past the halfway point in this season here at this event. So looks like C-Wright's been the go-to guy. He's going to be out there against number 42. We got Bell. Stu Ridgel getting a spin. Daniel Camp and Nick Ripple going to be on the snake side.
That was really good conversation there from the Hurricanes, recognizing they don't have an opportunity to stop. If you're Energy Elite, you're not playing bunkers here. You're just streaking down the field. There's no diving. There's no stopping in a spot and shooting your gun. It's just running and shooting out and up. There is no stopping. There is no diving with only 14 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, and again, this is that staggered attack situation. You're essentially sending a bait, 1 or 2 bait guys, and they're just going to get absolutely blasted.
Yeah.
But they're going to take the pressure off, and then they go first, ideally on separate sides to draw different guns, and then you have 2 other trailers, and then you keep the 5th body, who's basically at this point in time just running straight at the buzzer.
He's the buzzer guy. Let's see what they got here. Looks like semi-content to take a 2-point loss here. Only 10 seconds left, streaking. They do kill one of the Hurricanes. Here comes Askren up the middle. He's going to trade.
No, he might be getting a red flag up in the air, though. Red flag's
that's
so
going
to stop
foolish.
At swing point here with 1 second left to go. Energy Elite with 14 seconds had a chance, but it looks like the penalty, I think, assessed on Energy Elite.
Yeah, it was on Askren coming through the middle, gets shot, then shoots a body. That is the most foolish thing you can do in that situation. You are almost certainly going to lose the match. Do not give away the margin point. You just worked so hard for it in that last point. The 1-point loss streak is going to end for Energy Elite. 3-1 victory by the Hurricanes.
Yeah, well, let's get a look here on the replay. So there goes the runner up the middle. Just guns up. And there goes the second trailer in the third with the staggered attack.
But it doesn't matter because it's a major on Askren under 60 seconds. You can see him get shot in his side and continue to shoot Pate out of the middle there. Very poor penalty by Energy Elite there.
Well, they did all that work to try to keep the margin and then throw it away with penalty with 1 second.
Yeah, I'm rolling my eyes up here.
So 2-2 score. Extreme hanging with Diesel. I do like this new roster that Harris Hussein put together with Charlie Gibbons.
Yeah, I mean,
they got some talent, right?
Nico Acevedo has really emerged for them.
Kalea's pretty good.
Kalea's pretty good.
Got some vets on the team.
And Harris Hussein, he's got a big mouth. He's also got a pretty good big gun off the break. They've shot pretty well here. Spica, Baginski, Johnson, Goldman, and Jesse Stevens in that Mark Johnson jersey, number 3. Under 3 minutes to play here. Under 2 minutes to play.
Yeah, 1:25 here on the clock. Who's going to take this winner? We're going to see another overtime point. Opening up the back center for both squads. Running referee coming in. It's going to be a minor penalty here on Extreme. Just another soul-crushing penalty for Extreme in a tense moment.
I think you concede right there in a 5-on-3. It's a risky proposition. Feel confident about locking up, but it's a 5-on-3. Certainly ball in Diesel's court. Here comes Clint Johnson.
Yeah, blood's in the water here for Diesel. If they can close this one out with the gift of the penalty on Extreme, they are going to bunker out the player in the center. It was Clint Johnson with the move, taking out. There goes Kalea. So now just 2 bodies left alive right now for Extreme back center and the South Electronics can is Jeffy Stevens and Mark Baginski trying to make something happen.
Yeah, I guess they're going to try to hold out here for 30 seconds. I don't really see that happening.
4-on-2 advantage. Ooh, but Jesse Stevens tries to break the cross. Baginski as well, too. So a kill for both of the bodies left here. The cross is working out for Extremes now 2-on-2. I think we're going to see an overtime point now.
NYX just proving me wrong time and time again out here in this match. It was a 2-on-4 situation. I thought there was no chance that Harris and Nico Acevedo were going to win doing the old school 7-man cross. They are able to hold out, and it's a good thing that they killed off that time. Here comes Spica, though.
Well, Spica gave it a try, and just Harris Hussein and Spica brutalized each other. But we will have an overtime point.
Maddie, I gotta give Harris Hussein and NYX credit there. Them burning off 14 seconds, seemingly with no reason or explanation. I got all heated in here thinking it's foolish. It saved them there. If Diesel had 14 more seconds to work with, this game's probably over. Instead, we're going to go to overtime.
Yeah, or a cleaner close in a 4-on-2. And there was that last brutal engagement with Kyle Spica trying to drop the hammer on Harris Hussein. Yeah, could have used a little bit more time, but...
Yeah, NYX killing it.
But still, ideally you want to be able to close out a 42 with that much time left.
Oh, yeah, terrible close by AC Diesel there. They're definitely going to want that one back. Still going to have an opportunity in overtime. Point has gone up in this one, which is officially over. New Orleans Hurricanes winning 3-1 against Energy Elite after Askren caught that major in the desperation close moment. But NYX Diesel, who you got, Matty?
Going to have to go with Diesel. Again, just have looked better for recently. And though they've had their own moments where they've fallen apart mentally, but that was last year. This year they've just looked better. They looked more composed.
Yeah,
they've been doing better than Extreme.
Shades of old Diesel right there in that close. NYX catching that minor penalty off the break, able to absorb it in the time kill. You give me some odds, I'll take NYX. I don't want to take it 1-1.
I would go 1-1 on it.
I'm gonna have to pass on that one.
Look, Extreme's got a chance.
Oh, absolutely,
for sure. I mean, again, I really like this new roster. They have some guys with some talent. They have some salty vets. They also have a huge, deep roster. I mean, they brought 15 dudes to this event.
Shout out Raymond Bucco.
12 guys.
Ray Bucco, new pickup, number 7, fellow Rhode Islander, Johnston, Rhode Island.
Yeah, but Jackson Blue's got some talent. We've seen Corcoran around for a long time, Josh Taylor, Harris Hussein. Again, some salty vets and some of these young emerging talents.
And I would say momentum on New York Extreme's side after having that time kill. It looked like it was all over. I'm calling for the concession. Somehow, some way, Harris Hussein and Nico Acevedo able to hold out.
Yeah, so
just getting some clocks worked out.
So it looks like Silo's coming out to play this next one. They're not going to send Spica back out. It looks like.
Game time finished.
After a little technical timeout, I think they're getting the clock set.
Friday morning, it was a couple kinks to work out.
Gremlins.
Scoreboard. Some dust on the iPad to blow off.
Well, so with the deep roster here now going to be in an overtime point with 5 minutes on the clock, who is Extreme going to send out? I'm guessing it's probably going to be a steady dose of the same bodies we've been seeing. Yeah, Acevedo,
Harris, Lembo, Kalea, and Hennessy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lembo's been playing well for him up the middle. He's wearing the Sea Dog jersey, number 24. Scoreboard showing 2-1, but it's tied. We're in overtime. There we go. Nico Acevedo, young upstart player. I coached him in WCPPL a couple years ago, Matty. Saw the talent, clear as day. Here he is, playing great.
And he keeps getting better.
Oh, yeah. So let's see here, overtime point. NYX hanging tough in this one. Diesel squandering some opportunities, but it looks like they're able to get 5 out alive here.
Yeah, 5-on-5 break, a little bit more forward progression. Actually, a double dose of bodies looks like Lembo and Kalea going up the middle.
And it worked out.
All the way onto AC Diesel's side here. AC Diesel does not know that he's there yet, as they're going to get into the snake with Goldman.
And
they leave Jesse Stevens.
Wow, Lembo or Kalea just shot under the bunker and killed Silos Cortez.
Hyper-aggressive game plan working out so far here for, look at that though, Harris Hussein gets murdered by, but Mouse crawls past Kalea, and the Kalea stitches him up. So Kalea still, no one knows that Kalea is in this spot. He's going to dice up that back center. One more kill to go here.
Great job by Kalea. That's got to go on the list. Oh, major penalty?
Major penalty
on Clint Johnson, I believe.
Clint Johnson.
Yeah.
Oof. Well, not going to change the situation, though.
Yeah, wow, NYX.
Like it's going to carry over. Yeah, but NYX with the upset victory here over AC Diesel with the hyper-aggressive triple stack of a bodies attacking up the middle.
Awesome, crazy play call. Works out. Kalea goes through that center gap unseen. Gets 3 kills. That has to go on the list for one of the moves of the prelims in overtime. I doubted NYX's decision-making throughout this match. They were right. They pull it out, beat AC Diesel.
Great job by New York Extreme and the Hurricanes here in this set. So stick around, more action coming at you from the 2025 NXL Midwest Open. We'll be back with Red Legion taking on Aftershock and Impact taking on the Ironmen. Stick with us.
Winning 3 in a row is absolutely insane. So few teams have done it. I believe we're the 3rd pro team to have ever won 3 straight events.
I think the other teams hope that they can put as much work and time into it as we do. I wish them good luck in those situations, but I feel like we're going to be able to work harder than anybody else in the league. And as we've shown, we're going to continue to win tournaments.
Now with back-to-back wins, I feel like that's a stepping stone that we reached, and the goal is to keep winning. Try to win as many as possible, win a series. That's the next steps, and it's always trying to get better, trying to progress as owners, players, teammates, brothers, friends, everything we can. Just keep progressing in life, and that's the goal.
Yeah, next step is 3 in a row this season, 4 in a row altogether, and then we'll keep going from there. Next up is Ohio. So NXL Ohio, we're coming for you.
No take. Ricky the Boston. No take. No take.
4-on-4 situation. Harris with that forward penetration in the middle. Now Stephen O'Mara coming forward. Now Stephen's going to get him clean. Nicely done.
O'Mara going headhutting on Harris Hussein, and he stays alive doing it. So great move by Stephen O'Mara.
Now he's going to come up here and shoot the can in the back right now. I'm not sure how the can's not dead, but big move right now. O'Mara got shot in the pack.
Yeah, he did kill Acevedo before that happened, and Arsenal going to clean up that last player off the Doritos side.
Hey, I heard him shooting his gun, so I blocked him out, invading him to come get me, to kill him on his move. Who shot you, Elliot? Bang, bang. Bang. 287. Back center. Oh, wait, no, there's still another one. 200, 200, 200. Benny, me and you made the same mistake. We did not connect midpoint. I'm covering off the middle. Next. 56.
Yes, 2 on 4 situation. NYX. Oh, that's a major. He's going to shoot him. That's a major.
Brand coming through, and it's going to call. They're going to call it a minor.
Yep, hey, they got a penalty. Stay alive. Stay alive. Stay
Taylor
free.
here
Stay
in the
free.
snake.
I think we killed the snake with the penalty. 2 on the Dorito. It should be killed 3. Our Obama.
2 on 2.
Yeah, but this is just
too little, too late.
Voting's very well for Arsenal. Who cares? You're up 4-0. You've already got 2 wins on the board.
Oh, JC
win out.
cares.
Margin doesn't mean anything.
1-on-1.
Yeah, here comes JC. Goes right at him.
JC
punished him.
Whittington.
JC Whittington.
Oh, don't hurt yourself,
the legend,
JC.
47 years old.
47 years old, JC Whittington.
Still got it, baby. Get this man some oxygen.
Oh, man. You gonna let that old man do that to you? Oh, man. What is that? Is that nail? That's a goose egg.
And we are back. Third set about to go down here. Red Legion taking on Aftershock and Impact taking on the Ironmen here at the 2025 Midwest Open. Brought to you by the NXL Major League Paintball. On the break, Red Legion starting from the red side, and Aftershock going to be needing a win here after dropping their first one to the Tontons. They send Trent Nita up the middle. He's been making it up there, no problem. Backs way up off that spot, playing loose and trying to get an angle on that snake side because Legion is not in there yet. He's trying to protect that zone and then pushes back up closer, tries the jump shot. So Nita playing a little loose up in the middle, working out so far.
Real Brittany looks like he wants to come get him. What else is new? Russian Legion come out here and play a bunker no one else has played. Alexander Borodnikov in one of those forward towers. Trent Nita.
Yeah, not a popular spot to go to off the break, but Legion likes breaking convention all the time.
Kuzmin getting the start.
Oh, Kuzmin drawing a start out here as he's playing this first point. Maybe saw something yesterday in the 3-man. It was none of the starting 5 was playing yesterday here for Red Legion during the 3-man battles.
Alex Rodriguez getting into the snake for Aftershock. But Karslev up the field on the Dorito side for Red Legion. So 5-on-5 and holding.
Wow, 5-on-5 and holding for now, but so Legion developing so far nicely with Kirill up the middle and penetration on that D side as well too. And it looks like Nita going to come off without killing anybody.
Yeah, Kuzmin got into that snake Rito undetected and then just connected on his first ball, and Nita really nice job. 5-on-4, make it a 5-on-3. Corey Hall dying out of the corner. It's all Red Legion right now.
Yeah, Legion full control here with bodies up the field and a 2-body advantage. No one on this bottom side at all here for Chicago Aftershock.
Justin Rabakov backing up Kuzmin. He's in that wedge right next to Kuzmin, feeding him the comms. Alex Rodriguez does get into the snake Rito, backed up by Thomas Kim. A-Rod gonna die as well though, so just 2 bodies left alive. It's Kim and Connor Kelly. But it's all Red Legion in this one, Matty.
Yeah, Legion swarming down the field as Kuzmin gets past the 50, backed up by Justin Rabakov. He's trying to figure out, pinch out these last few players here. For Chicago Aftershock, they're going to shoot Thomas Kim out of the back center and get the last kill on Parrish. So that is going to do it.
J-Rab joysticking Kuzmin right there, got frustrated, shaking his head on field when Kuzmin was slow to take the direction. J-Rab, great player, great teacher of the game as well. He knows what needs to happen out here.
Well, with no Sergei Solnaiskov here, Kuzmin drawing the start. We'll see, is that going to be not permanent, but are we going to see Kuzmin a lot? Are they going to mix in some of those other bodies we saw play really well? Because they had some guys that looked good yesterday. Smotrov had a couple good ones. Stanton was all over the place.
Yeah.
Vasquez had some big moments for him.
Yeah, won a couple one-on-ones. Here's Kuzmin coming inside. Trent Nita definitely did not know he was there. Connects on that first ball, so important. Now Ironmen coming off a big win against San Antonio XFactor. Another tall order here playing Edmonton Impact. Both teams getting 5 alive, Matty.
Impact's first match of the day, first match of the tournament here. Did really well, making it to the finals, getting defeated in the 3-man by XFactor. Ironman double stacking up, looking over their shoulders here. Tom Guest in that back center. They double stack the South Electronics cannon and trying to get into the snake. Looks like he makes it clean. See if Impact can answer. Still got a double dose of bodies in the back center here for Edmonton.
Yeah, Brandon Cornell, Nick Laval, Tyler Harmon, Justin Cornell drawing the start here. JC getting into the snake for impact. Nick Laval keyed up on the snake. Rito player Zach Geiger for impact. Wow, Tyler Harmon scurrying from the back center into that South Electronics can. I don't even know how he was moving laterally there in an almost weird crawl, but it was still fast. Rainey Stanzek now alone in that back center. JC in the snake. Rito on the wrap. He's got no one contending with him on his wire.
Tom Guest going to move up the middle, shading towards the snake side, gets the mini wall. Cornell in a good spot in that snake Rito, the snake Dorito over here, snake 3 position. Laval just trying to control the offensive push of the Ironmen from that middle over to the snake side.
Great comms from Justin Cornell in the blue side, snake Rito. Communicating with his backfield. Tried to sneak a ball in cross field on Geiger.
They're trying the bounce shot right now. Impact trying the bounce shot, trying to get a shot in on, is it Geiger as the one?
Yes, Geiger as the one over there. Backed up by Henry Sense. Tom Guest laying down. He's contending with Justin Cornell. Zach Geiger looking like he wants to get a kill in cross field.
That bounce shot was coming pretty close when he was tucked in. So
oh, yeah, that's
going to have
real.
to be careful. Tyler Harmon's going to get in here with Justin Cornell. Justin Cornell, great comms.
Yeah, JC figured out where those center bodies were for Ironmen. Here's Zach Geiger and Keith DeWitt's jersey on the wrap in that snake Rito. He's ripping a bounce shot now, trying to get one off that center lay down into Tyler Harmon. Not happening, though. Tyler Harmon close behind Justin Cornell makes communication a little easier.
Yeah, this is a Sunday-esque point right here. Small moves, great comms, ground taken from both teams, and it's gotten to this point where it's all matched up.
Yeah, we're just seeing that, like, moving past that snake Rito is a really kind of treacherous situation because you go into that wedge and you don't have a free kill available to you, but then you're much more exposed, right? So then you end up hanging out in this snake Rito, not wanting to force it forward because you got to know what you're going for when you're going forward if you're going to incur more risk.
But yeah, true. But we have seen players do really well getting to that 50 wedge, starting to push the issue as long as they're, well, you could bully it like Fedorov or play it slow and methodical like Ripple, as we saw so far in the first couple sets.
As Virgil wrote in the Aeneid, fortune favors the bold. We see it happen all the time on the paintball field as well. But right now in a 5-on-5 situation, comms in zone control.
They're trying the bounce shot on Justin Cornell as well, too. There's a pretty legit bounce shot off the wedge and into that snake 3 position.
JC trying to give instruction to Tyler Harmon, had a specific request. And Tyler Harmon in response says, JC, patience. Impact always with the great comms. Tyler Harmon says so-and-so's going to go. And Rainey Stanzek says, I'm on it.
Yeah, JC really thinking about trying to get across this gap, but Ironman posted up on that zone.
Well, double stack, too. It's Pat Kraft and Tom Kest on that zone. And because they have their forward penetration on the snake, if JC takes another one, he's not going to have an immediate kill available to him.
Ironman got some good comms going as well, too.
Getting testy between JC and Tyler Harmon. JC wanted Harmon to shoot a specific bounce shot in on Tom Guest. Tyler Harmon was like, I'm doing it. Callie and Buffalo on the cross.
He's right. Well, it wasn't on the cross shot for sure, but they're both looking his way.
Yeah.
Impact. Ooh. Geiger head checks away from a ball from Cornell. But yeah, it's pretty even up. The only difference is that Laval is up to the brick and the Ironmen are a little bit farther back in the middle.
Yeah, and Geiger can't really come forward at all with Laval just posted with so much discipline. Laval has a full pack. He's not pumping paint through that gap. He's trying to bait Geiger. Geiger knows it. They know Laval's in that center brick.
And Geiger's playing it patient over there.
He's looking at it. He doesn't see any paint coming through, but Laval's just waiting for him. If Geiger takes that bite, he'll probably get toasted by Laval. Smartly going to look inside. Looks like he's probably got an empty pack.
Well, Cornell still has a decent amount of paint on his back. Harmon's been shooting a lot. Can't see his pack from this angle, but he's got to be getting a little low. Still 4 pods left for Cornell. Rainey also probably only has a couple left, so he's moved up. So Rainey stacking it up here at the mini wall. We're down to almost the longest point we've seen out here.
Yeah, it certainly feels that way. It feels like the longest 5-on-5. JC definitely looking like he wants to go.
Still the exact same situation. These teams matched up tactically right here. Under, yeah, so 6-minute long point so far.
Sonic. Don't know what that means from Tyler Harmon, but
yeah, the gunfighting has started to die down, so eventually we will see somebody try to break through these crosses.
This is a true stalemate, Maddie, in a tie game. We are going to see these points out here. I know that you hate patty cake. It will break. Nick Laval with a full pack. He's barely shot any paintballs out here in that brick, just waiting for Geiger. The Ironmen don't want to fall into the trap. Here goes JC now. He goes into the wedge.
Yeah, patient, made it across to this 50-yard line, so he's in a really good spot. Rainey Stans is going to stack up there, and he's going to get to the inside wedge. Tyler Harmon goes into snake 3, and Impact first try to break that stalemate position tactically and look pretty good with 5 bodies alive. They're still looking at 5 Ironman bodies, though.
I think Impact has a huge paint advantage out here right now. I just saw Henry Sense throw a pod from the Snake 2 to Pat Kraft in that center laydown.
JC almost gets a shot on Tom Guest on the wrap. Tom Guest dodges it. JC thinking about trying to get across. Has to be worried about Geiger, though. It's a pretty big gap, and Geiger is looking that way. But Geiger's gun is currently not on the lane. He's loading. This would be a time for him to go. JC could make it across. No, Geiger's back up on that zone now. Now, JC couldn't see that, though, because it's blocked out from that Hertz tower and that inside brick.
Yeah, and it's tough. It is a coast-to-coast. Here comes Laval taking another bite forward. He might be able to shoot Geiger if he wraps on the inside.
He is starting to wrap inside, so Geiger has to keep that loader tight.
JC ripping a bounce shot, trying to sneak one in on Henry Sense in the Snake 2. Now gets on the wrap, battling with Geiger across field.
JC still with two pods left. No, one of them opened it up. I think he's down to 1 pod.
And that's always a misleading pod that you're carrying on your back that's empty. You think that you have 2.
Rainey out of paint. Down to whatever's left in his hopper. Tyler's got to be getting low, too.
Tyler's got nothing on his back, Maddie. JC asking Harmon to shoot a bounce shot, but Tyler has to say, I don't have the paint for that anymore. We're past the point of ripping bounce shots. It's still 5-on-5, Maddie. We're down to 6 minutes and 30 seconds left out here.
Yeah, this is, I mean, it's going to pop off here relatively soon, but as far as who has the ball, meaning who should be making the move, it's kind of tough because JC, the lane is being watched by Geiger. How much paint Geiger has, not exactly sure. But JC's trying to get himself in by putting Geiger in.
Oh, but first body to drop is Rainey Stanzak on the fill out to the Dorito side for Impact. So now 5-on-4 for the Ironmen. JC said I'm down to like 1 ball, or down to 1 pod.
Yeah, he still has a pod on his back. But yeah, Rainey was out of paint, so trying to make something happen, creatively pushing over to the opposite side, but ends up getting caught. So great zone control again by the Ironmen. Yeah, Snake 3 is definitely on JC. He's right.
Yeah, it is coast to coast. You know, it's not an easy thing to stay on all day in a pump. JC definitely looks like he wants to make that move. Nick Laval just staying hidden, setting the trap for Geiger, but Geiger's just too concerned about JC to think about making a move forward. Down to 5 minutes and 30 seconds left. We're still in the first point of this match.
Yeah, Kyle's been just so dedicated on trying to watch. There's no one left over there, though. The closest body is Nick Laval, and then Brandon Cornell. Ooh, JC living on the edge here in a gunfight.
Yeah, Tyler Harmon, nothing to shoot at over here. Nicolau playing so tight. Kraft and Tom Guest have been in the middle all day. JC definitely looking like, there he goes.
JC gets across. So Geiger dropped the zone. Snake 2 wasn't shooting that way either. And then now JC's in a good position. Tyler Harmon's going to be able to follow him up. But JC trying to shoot underneath the bunker to get a shot in on Kyle Nicolau, but doesn't have a shot from there.
No, he's not going to have anything on Nicolau. Nicolau hasn't looked this way once all game, and he's playing super tight in there. So JC can stay looking that way, but the kill is not going to present itself unless Nicolau does something crazy.
10.5 minute long point. Tyler just told JC he's out of paint.
4-on-5. Neither of them have a pod.
I'm pretty sure Nick Laval probably still has 10 on his back because
Yeah.
he's been so patient on that zone. Yeah, Nick Laval's got a full pack essentially.
Ooh, JC and Zach Geiger gunning. Oh, Henry Sench just died, though. So now it's a 4-on-4.
But they
he
shoot
traded
Nick Laval.
with Laval.
Yeah, he traded with Laval, so they still have outside containment on that on that top side. Tom Guess is going to take the walk. It's a 3-on-3 situation. JC might have shot that inside body. He did. He gets the shot in on Pat Kraft Jr.
3-on-1 for Impact. Impact has found the way here. Still Kyle Nicolau to work through in this long marathon point. Wow, JC calling a barrel shot right there. Impact in the longest point of the tournament so far.
Tyler Harmon and Justin Cornell, so coordinated, having just conversations and working together, playing very tight, coordinated attack. The Ironman got stuck with Geiger. That's top snake 3. He couldn't get past there because Laval was so dedicated on that zone. So the strategy of sending Laval up early and then having him get to their side and really put pressure on him, the combo of that and JC, having to deal with JC as him and Tyler were attacking up this side, worked out eventually perfect here for Edmonton Impact.
Yeah, so right there we saw Henry Sense come into the snake Rito. Nick Laval kills him. And then here at the end, JC shoots Pat Kraft Jr. Brandon Cornell played so disciplined through that point, alive in the end. Didn't feel like he did a whole lot, but did his job, that's for sure.
Yeah, Brandon Cornell did exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation. So after a real long break here, with 12:26 on the clock, Connor Kelly getting chopped up, trying to take ground here, Snake's side, and it's like a 5-on-4 break in favor of Red Legion. Kuzmin getting the start again, so could be seeing a lot of Kuzmin, the Tiger King, here for Legion.
LJ Parrish quickly into the snake Rito. However, he's got Kirill Pridney in the middle. I don't think, nope. Kirill Pridney had no idea LJ was there, so LJ eats him up. 4-on-4 situation. Now A-Rod going to come into the middle, across onto Red Legion's side of the field.
Yeah, as soon as he saw that it was Kirill that walked off, and the angle he was walking off took a real big bite in the middle, but then gets caught wrapping around. A-Rod needs to tighten it up a little bit.
Yeah, so now 4-on-3 advantage Red Legion. They are in the snake with Kuzmin. Or no, with J-Rab. J-Rab leapfrogged him into the snake Rito. And it's just Parrish, Hosky, and Thomas Kim left for Aftershock. Karslev now getting into the Dorito too. We won't be seeing any 10-minute long points in this one. Red Legion always sending it sometimes too much. Karslev gets picked off right there.
Huge kill here for Parrish. He is losing Thomas Kim behind him, though, so just 2 bodies left alive here currently for Aftershock. Tactical retreat for Parrish as he sees that D side starting to get blown open. Does have Hosky in front, on that side, though, as the only other body here for Chicago Aftershock. Malloy getting outside real wide, try to get angle on Parrish. Doesn't have it, has to go back into a spot. And then Hosky is going to lose a gunfight down the sideline, forcing Parrish to try to do damage control. Still looking at 3 bodies. Does get the shot in on, or maybe Rabakov traded with Hosky.
I think Rabakov got Hosky clean and then Parrish shot him. So it's just Kuzmin and Barytnikov against Parrish. Parrish trying to wheel and deal down 1 here. Getting low and real wide. Unable to sneak one in on Barytnikov.
Barytnikov going inside. Typically want to keep outside containment in a 2-on-1 situation.
Oh, Parrish caught a bounce and then comes over the top. Immediately catches one. Ball don't lie. Red Legion going up 2-0. Very different pace to these 2 matches right now.
Completely different, yeah. Well, there were no kills off the break, and quicker points typically evolve from kills off the break, and it was just so perfectly tactically matched for such a long time. But in this one, kind of went blow for blow a little bit. Legion just keeping the advantage throughout the battle. Parrish made it very interesting, playing a ton of different spots. He got that kill. I think he had a 2-pack in order to make that one interesting. And there's that death. So yeah, there's Rabakov. So Rabakov did get shot by Parrish. So Parrish, Parrish got 2 kills to make that one interesting.
Now we're seeing Baldwin getting a spin for the Ironmen. Frank Antetomaso coming off the bench here. Just under 4 minutes left to go in this one.
Mike, not a long rest after a 10-minute long point.
Yeah, and it looks like Impact spinning their full line. with Brandon Cornell, Rainey Stanzik, Tyler Harmon, Justin Cornell, and Nick Laval. Both teams, again, getting all 5 bodies out alive.
Ironmen double stacking out South Electronics can. That can get a bit dicey. Frank wants to get into the snake, but there is paint in that zone. Now he's going to launch. Does he get through clean? Looks like he does. He's going to crawl right up into snake 2. Patcraft Jr. early and up to the 40-yard line. Brick looking towards that D side. It's pretty much the same place Nick Laval was in the last one. Impact launching a body to get into snake 1. Makes it clean, crawls up into snake 2. They already have the forward wedge.
Frank coming inside. Looked like he wanted to try to shoot that South Electronics can, but no one coming off for Impact yet. Impact playing super tight. Impact knows that Frank is in the snake Rito. Playing tight, up 1. Just 2 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock.
It's getting down to it here.
Oh, Frank just got killed on a bounce shot. I don't know who put that one in. I think it was JC shooting off the wedge, and it killed Frank on the side of the head. So 5-on-4 advantage, Impact.
Well, as soon as that death happened, Mike forced Henry Sense to get in an offensive mode here. Dives into snake 1, crawls to snake 2. Tom Geskett gets out behind him.
Bounce shot's so important. Impact really kind of elevated the game with those. Those have come into prominence in the last 5-10 years. Now with a 1-point lead and a 1-body advantage with only 2 minutes left to go, the Ironmen don't need to force it recklessly, but they are going to need to develop some offense. Patcraft Jr. in the center brick. He's got Nick Laval in front of him in that wedge. Justin Cornell in the snake Rito hunting inside. Baldwin just sitting inside in that Dorito Aztec. But Brandon Cornell has no intention of going outside wide right now.
Henry Sands going gun dominant over the top of snake 2. Head check on the clock, minute and a half.
Tyler Harmon calling Spider-Man. That typically means someone's in the snake, I don't know where. Backing up JC. Impact doesn't have to do anything here. 5-on-4, up a point with just a minute left to go. Henry Sense now taking a bite forward into the snake Rito. He understands the situation. He looks like he wants to take another bite.
Yeah, he's got to try to make something happen. Needs to start now, so it does. As Henry Sense makes his move to the 50, makes it through clean. And they're stacking up bodies here in the snake structure to launch on the attack. Tom's thinking about going.
Henry's going to have a tough time through this gap because Nick Laval has posted on it from the wedge.
Well, there's 2 guns from the snake side looking towards this middle gap that everyone has to run through, so somebody's going to have to break through this cross and draw the guns, and then maybe Henry can roll up. So if Tom goes and he gets blasted, Henry might be able to wrap around and shoot a couple loaders.
Great point, Maddie. Oh, wow, I think Tom Guest bounced Nick Laval in that wedge, goes through his gun, then gets team killed. Got shot in the back by his own boy, and that's going to be the curtains for the Ironmen.
Options dwindling here with just 22 seconds left to go as Henry Sense, the lone body left alive here for the Ironmen on this side. They still have another body in the back corner bunker on the D side, but it's getting a little dicey here as Impact going to most likely be taking a 1-0 victory. One of the lowest scoring games we've seen all season long.
The lowest score we can have out here. Nick Laval looking like he wants to get Henry Sense. Henry Sense begging for a major. He shot me, Henry says, but not going to happen out here. Impact winning 1-0. Wow, Matty.
So the Ironmen finish 1-1 with an even point spread for the day.
Wow.
Considering they had to play XFactor and Impact, that's not a bad day for the Ironmen.
No, certainly not.
The Ironmen sitting 4th in their bracket, seating-wise heading in, so tomorrow they'll have Hurricanes and Energy Elite. So, yeah, not a bad shake.
No, that's a pretty solid day one. They'll want back that 5-on-4 advantage they had that they blew against Impact in that million-year-long point. But other than that, they looked really good today.
10 seconds.
So, going to be an X-ball here for the rest of this match. Red Legion and Shock.
Well, both these teams have a lot of athletes and like to run. So, this is about to get a little crazy, violent out here. Red Legion going snake off the break. It's all Kuzman for them.
Baltimore getting a spin. Getting out back corner bunker for Aftershock on the D side. Looking over the shoulders here for Legion right now. Skrill's thinking about making a move up the middle.
Nita playing in the open spot. I don't know that Aftershock knows the snake is hot.
Connor Kelly also thinking about making a move across. Nita going to do a tactical retreat, though.
Really nice job. Nita playing the dead zone, comes inside, puts paint on Kuzmin, and then calls Snake 3 and retreats into a bunker. That's really good awareness by Nita. If you're going to play those blind spots, you got to be smart about it, and he was there.
So it's Kuzmin again here, 3 points in a row, so it looks like he is officially the new starter with no Sergei Solnaiskov here.
And I can't see who that is for Aftershock, but Aftershock is in the Snake Rito. Got clear bottoms. That might be A-Rod. 5-on-5 point here. Ref going in to check that player in the Snake Rito for Aftershock. Kirill Pridney in that middle, making it difficult for that player. Oh, it's LJ Parrish there in the Snake Rito for Aftershock in this 5-on-4 down 2. Plenty of time to work with. Karslev now dipping into the Dorito corner for Red Legion. Baridnikov playing the 2 on the Dorito side, Maddie, out here.
Yeah, so Chicago Aftershock starting to probe the issue here on the D side of the field as Altimore's going to get into D1. A-Rod behind him. Altimore thinking about moving up, and he does. Gets into that, yeah, a little bit of a trip dive into D2.
Yeah, he stepped on his own pod there, slipped on it, but able to make it in alive.
And A-Rod feeling no pressure in that back corner bunker, just been up and over the top of it, ripping lanes downfield, hasn't checked back in, hasn't needed to. Connor Kelly thinking about making a move on the Snake side, and he's going to dive into the wedge with LJ Parrish already at that Snake 3.
Kuzmin definitely saw it, calling it out. The Russian Legion code. Good comms by Kuzmin, trying to earn his keep here with Red Legion.
Yeah, big opportunity for Kuzmin, and he's been doing really well. Baltimore chilling, and D2 shooting that inside lane. It's developing to potentially be another long one.
Well, Maddie, that tells us something about the meta of this field, right? If Red Legion is enforcing the issue with insane pace, even with a 2-0 lead, that usually doesn't discourage them from pressing the issue forward. But right now, content to lock it up.
Well, it looks like Karslev is now currently pushing the issue as he dives into D3. See if Aftershock can pick him up. Do they know he's there? They should now.
And LJ Parrish, as much as he might like to force the issue and try to get Karslev off the field, will not be able to do that with Kirill Pridney down low in the middle of the field. I think what I'd like to see is either Connor Kelly or Trent Nita coming up into that brick, trying to put a little pressure on Karslev, and if possible, getting Kirill off the field. Even if it's an even trade, it frees things up for LJ Parrish a little bit.
Yeah.
Ooh, LJ.
Everyone playing real tight right now.
Kirill Pridney almost put a jump shot in on LJ. Both players remaining alive, down under 7 minutes left.
Yeah, so interesting with this one is the stack of bodies have typically been attacking Snake side, but with Karslev in that D3 and the double dose of bodies up the middle for Legion, it looks like the attack might be going that way. Not able to stay alive. Trent Nita taking the walk for Chicago Aftershock. It looks like Altimore also gets shot. They lose 2 bodies. This has been Shock's problem. They get in good positions and then survivability, and then Connor Kelly loses a gunfight, about to throw his pod into the ground in frustration. And then A-Rod loses a gunfight. So now down to just one player left alive. It's LJ Parrish again.
Yeah, just falling apart is Aftershock. Just not hanging tough enough. Bad deaths in bunches. Really tough right there. Don't want to fall down. Finish this day 0-2. Might be missing another Sunday, Maddie.
Yeah, well, we saw the Tontons go 0-2.
That's true.
We also saw PB Fit actually struggle a bit in the prelims at the last event. And those guys went all the way through. But mental tenacity is so important in this sport. It has been a frustrating start to the year here for Chicago Aftershock, making no Sundays, dropping their first game to the Tontons, I believe, by 3, and now down by 3 here to Red Legion. You can see here some of these replays, and it's just gunfight losses. And they started to happen in bunches, too. It started with the first couple, and then A-Rod loses a gunfight. And once you're in that situation, might as well lose it fast.
Yeah.
Because once you sit in a 5-on-5 situation, you lose Trent Nita, and then you lose Altimore. Okay, now you're in a 3-on-5. You have to start recklessly engaging because you're going to need that time. So that's what he's starting to, even if Legion, like you said, if Legion is playing slow, that means this field is definitely very tactical, as we say.
Yeah, Legion typically, even when they're up points, they want to play as many points as possible, so we'll continue forcing the issue. They like to play 10, 11, 12 points per match. We're looking at point number 4 in this match, and there's under 6 minutes left to go.
Yeah, and then with Shock, I like their game plans. They're just survivability is the big problem.
Absolutely.
Plus, there's only a few. Yeah, there's multiple different options of game plans you can do with this, but the meta is relatively the same. Talking to different players and teams in the lead up to this event, no one told me there was no difference at all in any of the discussions about how this field is working. They're like, there's going to be one guy essentially on an island most of the time on the Dorito element of the layout, and then it's going to be push middle and snake side.
Yep. So it'll be interesting to see what is that Clay Hughes out walking out, or is that Parrish again for Aftershock? I believe it's LJ. Parrish. No, it is Clay Hughes. LJ Parrish, Alex Rodriguez, Clay Hughes, Connor Kelly, and Trent Nita for Aftershock, down 3. Vasquez getting a spin out here. He played well in the 3-man, won a couple one-on-ones, looked good for him. So they're gonna
rest Kuzmin for the first time.
Yeah, I think with a 3-point lead, experiment a little bit with your options. Clearly, the Russians, without Sergei Sholnaiskov, who's down with injury, they have a lot of rostered players, but typically run the same 5 or 6 all weekend long. Having to experiment one of those 5 or 6 is always Sergei, but not out here.
Last one will talk on the box here for Legion. They go 3 guns up. And then here comes the hyper-aggressive move up the middle onto Legion's side. Do they know that Alex Rodriguez is there?
Clay Hughes quick into the snake Rito. Gets on the wrap. Coming forward through the wedge. Kirill trying to engage Kirill. A-Rod comes up behind him from the beam. Stitches up Kirill's back. It's looking nice for Aftershock.
Yeah, and he stays alive, Mike, so Alex Rodriguez alive as a flood of bodies are starting to peel off the field here for Legion. This one's going quick. Clay Hughes stitches up that back center, and this is going to be an incredibly fast point as it's now Aftershock with the momentum shifting their way.
Plenty of time, Maddie. Brings them right back into the game, down to 5 minutes and 38 seconds left. Alex Rodriguez crawling through the middle, off the break, onto Legion's side. Great job by Todd Martinez to send Clay Hughes to the snake as well. That engaged Kirill Pridney, so he couldn't go hunting for A-Rod. Sets it up nicely. Great job by Alex Rodriguez.
Yeah, they got a chance now. The question is, can you do it a couple more times? Legion they know that's going to be aggressive pushes, but just not hitting their shots. I mean, essentially, they had 3 guns up off the break, immediately 2 more about 2 steps in. You can see here on the replay as Alex Rodriguez started it off up the middle. And then Clay Hughes was so quick. So look for Clay to probably spin again.
Yeah, nice job, Clay Hughes, making stink off the break. Shot, I believe it was Karslev as one of the last bodies out there. J-Rab getting shot. So Alex Rodriguez, the wrecking ball up the middle. That gap between those center bricks, so important. If a player can pass through that undetected, as A-Rod just did, has access to get all up in your business and get some quick kills. If you're Red Legion, you got to assume that Aftershock is going to look for that. Maybe not off the break, but they definitely want to be crawling to your end in the center. It's one of the only places you can get real deep penetration.
Exactly. Don't really have a ton of options. Sure, you always have an option. I mean, you could go to the 50 wedge on the Dorito of the top side if you really wanted to, but it's an incredibly low probability of a run. So as far as safety and effectiveness is concerned, the middle is the best option. But Aftershock going to have to keep trying it. So it's going to be Connor Kelly, Parrish, Clay Hughes is getting another spin, Trent Nita, and A-Rod.
Yeah, starting 5, starting to develop. Clay Hughes coming into the game feels like it's changed something a little bit for Aftershock.
Vasquez with another spin for Legion.
Yeah, Karslev playing the 1 on the snake side over here. We don't usually see that, Maddie, but he certainly is capable of it.
4 guns up with Karslev as the only runner, and looks like a body coming off. No. 5 bodies alive right now, and a body coming off. It is going to be Kirill Pridney here for Legion. So advantage Aftershock. It is Justin Rabikoff also taking the walk. 5 on 3 now. Aftershock, seeing blood in the water. Nita past the 50-yard line. Another body gets peeled off. His car's left, just 2 bodies left alive.
Yeah, awesome job by Trent Nita. He took a bounce going up the middle, but then lives. Kirill Pridny gets shot. Trent Nita getting on the wrap on that Dorito corner now. So they have the count wrong. Does Aftershock.
Well, Aftershock, it's kill 3, and it's a 5-on-2 right now, but they still have 5 minutes to work with, and they're only down 2, so they just need to be careful on this close. You have overwhelming superiority.
And Trent Nita was super careful and peeled off bodies one at a time. Great job by Trent there. Good comms by Connor Kelly. All of a sudden, Aftershock making it a 1-point game.
Yeah, Wind definitely in their sails here currently. They got a great break. They took ground. They actually went heavy guns with the risk, and they didn't shoot Crow right away. So, yeah, just excellent execution on that one. I was getting a little fearful, though, as they were just seeing the blood in the water and started streaking downfield. Like, yeah, they had extra bodies to, that they could throw away. But then Nita backed up off that spot, felt the pressure from the back corner, changed his angle, and finished it off nicely.
Especially with the kill count off, right? You think it's kill 4, there's only 1 body left. Suddenly, a guy you didn't know is on the field, comes over the top, peels off 2. It's a 2-on-3 instead of a 5-on.
So let's get a look here at the replay as Kirill Pridny went out wide. When did he get shot? Was it at first engagement? Looks like he's safe. Yeah, loses that first engagement. And then here comes the attack with Trent Nita. After the bodies got whittled down a little bit more, just looking at 2. And there was that transition outside.
Sees Alexander Borodnikov, shoots him, and then gun up, making sure he doesn't just come streaking foolishly. I like the change that Todd Martinez made. He brought L.J. Parrish over to the Dorito side and put Clay Hughes in as the one on the Snake side. Since then, Aftershock has really looked really different and good.
So now we got ourselves a match here. But the question is, everything's working well for them on the attack. Do you keep that high pace up? Because they're only down 1 now. They're not chasing that many points. They still have a decent amount of time to work with. But when they were playing the quote-unquote, regular style of paintball, a little slower, wasn't working out that well for them. They were having survivability issues. But now they're just playing amazing on the reckless attack.
Yeah. I mean, I think the key here is if you can get Kirill Pridny off the field and own the middle, that's been the recipe. Both those points, owning the middle early has been the difference. So I think if they can get eyes on Kirill, even if they make a trade there and filter another body forward. Karslev back over to the Dorito side for Red Legion. Coming inside to try to protect the middle. Trent Nita launching into that center brick.
Well, still taking risks here is Clay Hughes into the Snake early with Nita up the middle. 5-on-5, though. No deaths for either squad. Legion still doubling up that back center. See our eye in the sky, so better situation here for Chicago Aftershock with 4 minutes and 15 seconds still here on this clock. Those quick points. Oh,
gets shot in transition coming forward. Great job by Aftershock. Clay Hughes right there. Clay Hughes coming off the bench, making a huge difference, Matty.
Yeah, if you're Todd, this is what you want. You got a deep roster. You got some survivability issues with some of your guys. Well, let's get somebody off the bench and see how he does. It was Clay Hughes, and Clay Hughes has been awesome.
Trent Nita protecting himself from a bounce shot off the pin. Kuzman back up off the bench into the Snake 2. J-Rab now filtering forward as well. 5-on-4 advantage Aftershock developing nicely. L.J. Parrish playing island ball on the Dorito side, and he's thrived. Clay Hughes now not feeling any pressure, comes into that Snake side 50 wedge. Kuzman over the top of that wall. He's got Parrish in front of him in that Dorito 2 for Aftershock. Clay Hughes taking another bite.
Yeah.
I think Red Legion just totally lost track of Clay Hughes.
Well, and they're going to lose Malloy out of the back center, so now it's a 5-on-3 situation here. Shock has to be careful on this close, though. Oh, does he get the crossfield kill? Clay Hughes definitely had the... Now Clay Hughes got to be careful. Clay definitely could have shot that Snake 2 position. Snake 2 had no idea that Clay was on their side.
Love the style of the comms I'm hearing from Aftershock. They said kill Malloy. He's such a different, unique player who does a lot of crazy things, knowing he's off the field, using the name, not just saying kill 2, kill Malloy.
No, that's huge. Yeah, when you kill Malloy, say kill Malloy, because now we know there's not that wild card out there.
Yeah. I didn't know Malloy was going to go stand in the middle of nowhere and shoot a curveball into my face. Sorry, coach. Clay Hughes playing tight, catching pressure crossfield from Kuzman on the screen.
Really patient right now. Once he got picked up crossfield, he's just been playing very patient. He can wrap around a little bit on this angle. He's actually standing up out in the open, blocking out, using the tower to block out to try to get the drop in on that mini wall.
Yeah, trying to shoot J-Rab. I hate this right now, but
it's very good situation. Clay Hughes living on the edge. He's going to come across. He's got to be very careful with Karslev's going to run him down here. Karslev, overwatch from the middle, though. Clay Hughes getting taken out, but they get the kill. Oh, no, here comes a big move on the Snake side, goes coast to coast. Let's see if referee going to launch major penalty here. Going to be assessed. Who's it going to be on? It's going to be on...
It's on Aftershock. It's on LJ Parrish ran down J-Rab. J-Rab shot him. At least it wasn't a trade. So J-Rab is saying he shot LJ before he ran down Kuzman. LJ continued to play, shot J-Rab as well. Major penalty. Aftershock unable to absorb it. I believe it's going to be swing point, Russian Legion's favor there, Maddie.
Just talking, I got to be careful on the close. Yeah, he's saying he shot two before so Justin Rabikoff yelling at our commissioner here that he shot two of them.
Which would mean that it's two majors, Maddie. If you're hit and you shoot a player, it's one major. It's not that you get a free kill on someone else. That would be two majors. That's by the rule book. I'm not just, criticizing LJ Parrish. That's what J-Rab is arguing here.
Well, Jason Trojan talking to, as we get a look here. Yeah, he's talking to his refs right now as we get a look at this replay. So that's Karslev here, bottom side of the field. As the craziness was going down top side, so there's Parrish with the referee. He said you got hit in your pack. Parrish is going to examine that.
So it looked like Parrish might have gotten shot in the pack by J-Rab and then continued to shoot Kuzman, shoots J-Rab. It's a minor, or it's a major for sure. I think that pulled off the last two Aftershock bodies, which makes it a swing point for Red Legion. The question to me, Maddie, is if there's two majors in force there, then Aftershock will be down two and starting with three in the next point.
Which would be terrible because they're going to be only having a minute and 30 seconds to work with here.
And down two.
Yeah, and they already dropped their first game, so they don't want this margin to get out of hand again.
I know it's a really difficult situation because sometimes in a 3-on-5 down two, you might think quick concession, but you kind of are already in this point with only a minute 23 left on the clock. Do we want to go down three with a minute 20 seconds left against Red Legion? Or do we try to survive with the 3-on-5 off the break against Red Legion?
Those are all really dicey options.
Two bad options right there. And it's really tough, too, because if you're Aftershock, you said it before that point, they had the wind in their sails. That wind has died now after it looked like they were going to tie the game. Instead, they go down two.
Well, it's tough to do it 3 times in a row, but they were about to. Clay Hughes was in a good spot. They still had time to work with. They didn't really need to make those big, bold moves at that moment. Now, when you see it, right? Obviously, Parrish has been around for a long time. If it was a pack hit, sometimes you do not feel pack hits. Right. The adrenaline's going and you're making a move from bunker to bunker. Those are typically the ones that you're not going to feel, even pros that have been doing this for a long time. I will give them the benefit of the doubt on that because sometimes people are like, oh, they feel every hit. No, not. Do you think that he would intentionally, with a hit on his pack, knowing he was hit, run down and ruin the game for his team? No, he would not do that.
And if you're wondering about the rule book, well, is an obvious hit a major? The language is players are responsible to be aware of their hits. Doesn't matter where it is on your equipment, your body, and if you have a hit on you and you shoot someone, it's a major. There's no such thing as an obvious hit anymore. That used to be language. It doesn't matter anymore.
So it appears it's still potentially under review. There are no Aftershock players at the gate. Legion already has their bodies out there, and they are ready to go.
Yeah, so I think the question here is if Trojan is going to enforce two majors on the field. And if they're enforcing two majors, that Karslev communicating here.
Yeah, I don't speak Russian, so
with Kirill. Rabikov and Borodnikov having these, so important to have these conversations at the box, understand, make sure everyone's on the same page.
I wonder if J-Rob's picked up any Russian. He does spend a lot of time with these guys.
Yeah.
He is Russian by blood.
Yeah, they communicate in English on the field for the most part, but you got to think for the high-level conversations, there's a little bit of bilingual, always falling back on your mother tongue when you're trying to explain a complex idea.
Yeah, for sure. So it looks like the break time clock has started tick down from 48 seconds.
J-Rab in that, we just heard him say kill 1, so are they starting with 4?
Yeah, I was gonna say, the big question right now is how many bodies is Chicago Aftershock starting with?
Looks like just 3, Maddie.
Tough break here for Chicago Aftershock. A big boost for Red Legion.
Yeah, so the rare double mate. Oh, no, sorry, it's 4. My mistake. Connor Kelly hustling out there.
So they need a kill on the break to even up the count. Still need 2 to tie.
2 to tie.
Already having dropped a game. I think it was a -3 in that loss.
Oof. Tough ask here, but not impossible. Definitely not going to see a quick concession by Todd Martinez. Definitely going to roll the dice. Fire 1. Down a body off the break. And down 2 points here.
Yeah, so on the breakout, they do go heavy guns, and it pays dividends, and they get a kill. It's 4-on-4. Minute and 24 seconds left. Nita up the middle again, and he's trying to shut down that lane. He might have got a shot on Karslev.
That's Thomas Kim, Maddie.
Oh, Thomas Kim. If Thomas Kim gets it, what an amazing kill there by Thomas Kim. And flying up and getting into that Snake 3 spot, Shock has a chance.
Just 2 bodies left alive. It's just Barytnikov and Kuzmin. Todd switched up his whole line. He went Connor Kelly to the Dorito side and Thomas Kim up the middle, and it worked out. They get 3 kills quickly. 60 seconds left. It's a 4-on-2 body advantage for Aftershock.
Yeah, they're going to be losing Corey Hall, though, as they're past the 50 in the middle and on the Snake side, but with no one behind Connor Kelly. Connor Kelly's going to have to do it by himself over here, and he's looking at Malloy looking his way here on this bottom side.
That's a really tough death by Corey Hall there. They do kill Kuzmin. 30 seconds left. Aftershock has a chance.
Thomas Kim drops the hammer. And a couple extra bonus balls from Malloy while he was on the grounds with 28 seconds left. As long as Thomas Kim is clean, which he is, it's going to be a 1-point match, and Shock still has a chance. They'll be back at full strength. What an awesome job down a body on the break.
Yeah, got to give some credit to Todd Martinez there for drawing up a game plan where he gets all 4 bodies out alive and generates the kill on Kirill. Filters guns up the gut, thinking Kirill's going to the brick. It pays off. Connor Kelly doing great, playing out of position on the Dorito side. Wow. Great match here, Matty.
Yeah, they only lost 1 guy. It was Corey Hall. And in that situation, having to recklessly gunfight, knowing you need to just to time is ticking off the clock.
Yeah.
You know, I can't knock Corey Hall for losing a gunfight at that situation. But yeah, great job making this one very interesting here. Now the question going back, I mean, with the time they have, it's almost staggered attack time. They don't really have much time to dive around and get in positions. They're going to have to just run to spots, put guys in, and make moves up the field.
Yeah, so it's tricky because you like to think, okay, maybe we send Trent Nita through that center gap again and try to get him onto Red Legion's side of the field. I think if you're Red Legion, you're looking for exactly that. But what are your options? I think you almost can do like a little human shield thing, Maddie.
Yeah.
Where you put 2 people through that gap.
I was going to say, you're going to have to throw multiple bodies up the middle. Energy Elite almost did it.
Yeah.
We've seen it a couple times. There's been a couple of those plays that have happened today.
I'm definitely spinning Clay Hughes as the one on the Snake side because he really played with the best pace in those gotta-have-it points for them.
I think, yeah, you got to bring Clay back out, ride that hot hand.
I wonder if they go back to Connor Kelly as the one on the Dorito side or if they get LJ off the bench.
You go with Kim again in the middle.
I think I probably go.
I think you need to go, well, because it's staggered attack.
I want Trent.
He can't get to a spot. Now, Thomas Kim's great at reading the chaos.
Yeah.
So I kind of want him as the 3rd body through.
I want Trent Nita on the field because I think Trent Nita is so good at shooting people in transition, especially coming through the middle. He's
got to be the first guy.
Yeah. So I think I go Thomas Kim, A-Rod, Trent Nita, Clay Hughes, and I go Connor Kelly instead of LJ on the Dorito side.
So we're looking at the replays from that last break.
That was Connor Kelly in the dead zone who shot Kirill, and then Thomas Kim coming through, putting the exclamation point, shooting Alexander Barytnikov. No hesitation to hit that buzzer. Really nice job. Thomas Kim, he's so good for them.
Looks like they are going to go with Parrish.
I do like that, too. I mean, obviously, he had the difficult penalty that put him in a tough spot. I think it's good to give a guy a chance who has played as well as he has in this match, except for that mistake, to get an opportunity at redemption.
He's also really fast.
Really fast.
Yeah, he's really fast. He's perfect paintball size. And he was the last guy left alive in their first couple points.
So it looks like it's A-Rod, Nita, Kelly, Parrish, Hughes. So no Thomas Kim, but you got plenty of wheels. Really speedy line, in fact.
See if Red Legion can hold the line here.
They go Karslev instead of Kuzmin on the snake side.
On the breakout, 3 guns up, off the break here for Legion, and here comes the double doses of attackers up the middle. They do take out A-Rod, but it looks like the next body gets in clean. He's going to get the free kill. If Nita, how are you not looking at Kirill? So Nita's still going to go through untouched. Got to be careful not to get a penalty. He does shoot Kuzmin. He could have got a free kill on Kirill. You know there's probably going to be a body up that middle with 5 seconds left to go. Connor Kelly, he's going to risk it as time expires.
So I can tell you why you didn't look inside, because they were sending A-Rod to bunker Kirill, but A-Rod got shot before he even got there. So Nita's thinking, A-Rod takes out Kirill, I get my head up. I hear your point, though, Maddie. Just take the look.
But A-Rod died. He didn't even get close to bunkering Kirill.
Right.
He died basically as he was running neck and neck right beside Nita. So that is going to do it here for this set. Yeah, so long ago, Edmonton Impact defeated the Ironmen in a 1-0 score in the lowest scoring game we've seen all year long. And then this was a very heated match between Red Legion and Aftershock. Aftershock, unfortunately for them, dropping both their games today. Legion in this first match able to take the victory here. A little bit changed the little lineup. Again, no Sergei Solnaiskov here, as it looks like it's going to be mostly Kuzmin getting the start for them. Coming up next, going to be the Tontons taking on New York Extreme, and XFactor, our 3-man champs, dropping their first game to the Ironmen, taking on Energy Elite. We'll be right back here, 2025 Midwest Open. See you in just a few.
Closet! Kill the closet! Kill the closet! We gotta be alive. Hey, Diesel, America off the break. Hold the zone. Delta money inside. Diesel! Diesel!
Game time finished. Game stop.
Hey, all good. A little frustrating because we should have dominated, but hey, win's a win. Kyle! Kyle! I'm down to my last. I'm down to my last. Yeah, I got you. I got you. Here, put it in. Good luck. Who's across? It's closet home on me.
Hey, I can go through the middle and get the closet.
You got to be careful of the Delta guy.
That's what I'm wondering.
Okay, hey, you know Clint's in the air. Hey, fire! Fire! No, Arizona. Yeah, go to the closet at least right now. Cobra money. I'm going.
They got the Tiger King Kuzman. It's the one on the snake side here. Diesel also getting into the 50 snake.
No, so Kuzman's going to run to his death, though. Tried to bunker him out, not able to get him.
Yeah,
not even a trade.
Yeah, he didn't know that Mouse was there. Mouse just shoots 2 more. Shoots him on his first engagement. And lived? Oh my goodness. Dies in the end, but I think that was a 4-pack for Mouse.
I need my gun. 40 seconds. I'm on it. Missouri. Kill 4. Hey, 60 seconds. Kill 4. Come on. Fucking go. Way to be. Be confident in your comms. Hey, check the power play. Hey, Dorito 2's gonna go. I'm on it. Hey, Ricky.
Yeah, I think
Ricky,
Diesel's
kill
going to be
3.
pretty content. Undefeated on day 1.
Yeah.
Looking
Hey,
real good.
stay
Yeah,
fired.
they're in the driver's seat. They came into this with a chip on their shoulder.
And if you beat Legion by 4, you're a favorite to win this tournament.
An
Magic.
awesome job sprinting
Yes.
downfield to put
Come
one more
on.
on the board.
Let's fucking go. Let's go. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Get it on me. Diesel.
Here we go. Dinner on you, motherfucker.
I got it.
Hey, it's BRNT with CRBN, and I have our new IC PWR Nano Barrel System here. This kit includes our famous ultra-lightweight injected carbon fiber back with our new Nano Tip, which features over 700 microports. This microporting prevents any debris paint or moisture from entering the bore, and also produces a unique low sound signature. These barrel kits are compatible with all PWR inserts, including our own series from 679 to 691, and are also compatible with all PWR inserts, including those made by Planet Eclipse, Dye, and Inception Designs. Check them out at crbnpaintball.com.
Hey, it's BRNT at CRBN. Have our new S63 compatible nano tip. This will fit any Planet Eclipse LV2, CS3, 180R, Geo5, probably upcoming barrels they make too. Has 756 microports, all-weather performance. Water cannot get in, paint cannot get in, but it can get out. Also, you get an unbelievable sound signature, quietest on the market. Absolute no-brainer upgrade if you have one of those guns. Check it out at your favorite paintball retailer or online at crbnpaintball.com.
Yes.
What's going on, everyone? Walker here with Carbon Paintball. Are you still spending a couple $100s to design your team jerseys? That's crazy. Go over to teams.crbnpaintball.com to create your jersey right now for just $19.95. Right when you sign up on the team program, all we're going to ask for is your logo, primary patterns, colors, secondary accents, all that stuff, and we're going to take that information, and within 48 hours, we're going to kick you back a 3D mock-up of your team jersey. Now, there's no minimums. You guys can order one jersey. There's no packages required. You guys can build one if you want, but just go to teams.crbnpaintball.com and start now and save yourself some money for better gear.
$30 seconds. Back center this way. Back in front of wide.
Like Zach Geiger's going to get taken out of the snake side insert here for Infamous. It's going to leave 3 bodies here for Infamous, kind of stuck in the center. Big move here by Nate Schrader coming to the center. He's looking for Ryan Hall, and he's going to get him. He's also going to get Zach Patient.
I was like, oh, Nate just cleared it. We're good. Okay. I just took forever.
Okay, good. No, you didn't take forever. I was too quick.
Get out!
2-on-3 situation. Schrader going to go forward, hunting for Rodarte.
You got Rodarte here in the center tower, just waiting on Schrader, and he's going to get the drop in on him. So great point here for Nate Schrader.
Schrader living on the edge right now, taking a lot of risk on, but it is a drastic reward potentially here for Uprising now.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh! Let's fucking go! Let's fucking go, Graham! Let's fucking go, Graham! Oh my God! Where the fuck is my belt? World fucking champion! Let's go! All the way, baby! Let's go. They're fucking scared. Let's fucking go, Joel. We did it. Fucking did it. Thank you for believing in me, brother. I fucking shot that Rick and I got that Ricky, motherfucker. Let's go. I'm happy for you, mate. Way to dig deep with that sickness, man. Let's go to Sunday. Let's win this shit together. Let's win this shit together.
down, kid. I got your number. I got your number. I said stare me down to him, but if you want to stare down too, I got your number too.
fucking afraid of you, bro.
Okay.
1 minute.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I have been playing pro for a long time. I'll be here. I'll be here. I'll be here.
Hey, believe in yourself, believe in each other, right? Go for the fucking logo on our chest. This is what we do, dude. This is what we train for. This is the fucking moment that we all dream of. Come out there, bring your best self, and continuously get better.
Yes, baby.
Let's go, baby.
Mic'd up?
Yeah, hot mic.
I'll let him know.
We'll let them.
You know what it is.
You know what it is, ho.
Well, now you about to find out.
Yeah, boy.
Go. Baby, baby, baby. Baby dragon. 100, 400. 400, 500, Chris here. 400, 500 alpha. Hey, kill the 400. Kill the 400. That's right. Save your boy. Hey, hey, that's what patience does. Patience, baby. Way to fucking be.
Hey, fuck these clowns up.
You're right. Go. Baby, baby. Get out, get out, get out. Hey, kill the 400. Dallas, Dallas. Go. 100, 100, 100, 100.
But here comes Tyler Panilio on the counterattack. He's about to get run down and stitched up
Chris is going.
by Chris Shear, and Chris Shear's going to finish it off.
Yeah. Hey, Chris is still alive. That's game. That's it. That's it. Yeah, you Gucci, dog. Sheesh. That man looked good. They forgot about the dog. That boy a dog.
This morning, I could look in all your faces, and it was like no one was fucking awake. Like, we didn't have enough caffeine. We didn't get enough sleep.
Yeah.
Something. That we were fucking dead.
Yeah.
We all work, right? We're all blue-collar men. You have to be a morning person. We are here to do this, We have to show up to do this.
You know what tomorrow is, first game? First thing in the morning.
Believe in each other, right? Believe in each other and believe in yourself. Family on 3. 1, 2, 3, family.
Hey, it's BRNT at CRBN. We have a new product, IC Nano Barrel Kit. This is our standard IC Nano Barrel, 756 microports. Water can get.
Welcome back here, 2025 NXL Midwest Open, the third stop on the tour this year. I'm Matty Marshall alongside Mike Jeffrey. Tonton's about to take on New York Extreme, and XFactor, our three-man champs, taking on Energy Elite. So, Mike, Tonton's NYX had a really good match against AC Diesel, so got to count them at least having a good, solid chance against the Tontons, who warmed up in a win against Aftershock.
Yeah, NYX sitting in 19th place, but come out of this day 2-0. Give yourself a chance to go to Sunday and get back to your old form. Tauntauns, though, looking like a really strong team coming off their finals appearance at AC. Let's see who takes an early advantage here. Looks like both teams getting out with 5 alive.
Well, you got to shut down Konstantin Fedorov when you play the Tauntauns, and they're going to win a gunfight against Fedorov here in his initial engagement, dying out of that South Electronics can. So solid kill here for New York Extreme, and they get play up in that middle again.
Yeah, and then Acevedo getting into the snake. Good fill out by Fabrice Colombo. Harris Hussein now trucking into the middle. Spitzma in that brick.
Well, they're going to try to get KO around.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Harris actually tapped him on the shoulder, like, hey, you can give up on that lane now. Let's get you across.
Yeah.
So it's kind of similar to what we saw, Mike. Oh, he sees him immediately. He's going to double tap, and now Harris is right there, and he's going to run through and trade out with Spitzma, and he might have stayed alive in that engagement.
If Harris has a hit on him, it might be a major on Spitzma. Nope, he's clean. So nice job by Harris. I thought they were going to give up 2 bodies for Spitzma there, but no, they don't. So now it's a 4-on-3.
He just got team killed. Harris Hussein popped the top and got shot in the back of his head and immediately whipped his eyes around saying, who did that? I think it was Hennessy.
That's a really tough team kill moment right there in a 4-on-3 situation.
With that much real estate?
With that much real estate on their end. Instead, they let the Tauntauns right back into this with Axel Gaudin getting up into that Dorito 2. And they have the South Electronics can as well. I believe that's Fabrice Colombo in there. Is it a 2-on-3 advantage NYX here? Yeah. There might be a third Tonton's body. Yeah, 3 bodies there. Marky Franz is in that lay-down wall, so it's a 3-on-3 situation. Tie game, 0-0 for Fabrice Colombo getting in the snake now.
Yeah, good job by the French legend, Fabrice Colombo, to get up into snake 2, taking over the attack with that early death of Fedorov and then absorbing the pressure. A little gift, though, of a team kill on Harris Hussein. 3-on-3 situation.
Colombo playing over the top of that mini wall. The bottom side, he's got Hennessy in front of him in that Dorito 2 position. Far side of the field, Axel Gaudin also in that Dorito 2 position. Fabrice Colombo. I just heard Hennessy say, where's the third body?
So he knows it's kill 2.
Yeah. And Acevedo and the player in the center for NYX definitely figured it out, told Hennessy. 3-on-3 situation, both teams aware. Yeah, it's Lembo, who played really well in their win earlier this morning. Hennessy now into Dorito 3.
Definitely earning spins out there for sure. And a pretty deep roster. Hennessy now, into D3, looking to move up. He's going to go to the 50-yard line wedge, and he makes it clean. He's blocked out from that crossfield shot from Axel Godin in D2. Now he's no longer. He's actually going to go all the way through, and he shoots Colombo. He's going to stitch up the next one before he gets picked up from Axel. So a 2-pack of kills here for Hennessy to potentially blow this point open. It's now a 2-on-1 situation in favor of NYX.
But it's a big French gun to go through from a little man, Axel Gaudin, who sneaks back to that Dorito corner and then immediately shoots Lembo, leaving a 1-on-1 Axel Gaudin versus Nico Acevedo.
Axel Gaudin with that beautiful tactical retreat.
Yeah, we saw Brandon Cornell win a 1-on-3 in the 3-man yesterday from this position. That's a really good spot. Can get lost, come out to the wire. Nico now knows that Axel's there. Playing over the top of that wedge. He has the height to do it. He's got plenty of paint on his back.
Oh, he almost caught him. But Acevedo head checking back. Ball breaks off the bunker. And then going across, Axel Gaudin slips a bit. Able to regain his footing.
Axel Gaudin, who lost in that 1-on-1 to decide the tournament in Atlantic City.
Acevedo improving his position to get into a Dorito. Sometimes a preferred gunfighting spot, but Axel Gaudin's going to win that gunfight too. So Axel pulling off a 1-on-2. And here in point number 1, waiting for a concession. Ooh, the referee going to come and give him a check though? I mean, he definitely fell.
Clean.
Okay, so yeah, he's checking his pack, but he fell down. Maybe fell on a ball.
Yeah. So NYX is showing themselves as a team that has fight. They came back and won that. But the difference between being a 19th place team and a Sunday team is mistakes. Losing a 2-on-1 and team killing Harris Hussein are the reason why you go down 1-0-1 right there.
Yeah, tough breaks for him. Looking here at the replay. So Spitzma shoots up Kaea, and then Harris Hussein comes through. Stays alive. Referee comes in and gives him a check. Then I believe it was Hennessy got the team kill. And then here comes the big run-through from Hennessy with the 2-pack of kills to really blow it open. Beautiful run-through by Hennessy, kind of redeeming himself if that was him on the team kill. Takes it down to a 2-on-1 in favor of New York Extreme, but Axel Gaudin catches Cody slipping and then wins a gunfight against Acevedo.
Now XFactor dropping that first game against the Ironmen in a back-and-forth match, playing Energy Elite, lost by 2 with their new look. 5-on-5 breakout here. XFactor sending 2 in the back center to start, but now Fuzzy Jackson releasing into the middle. Still 2 in the back center for Energy Elite, and Fuzzy on the wrap from that center brick. Great comms from XFactor as always, calling Seattle, Denver. Now Archie Montemayor crawling into that inset wedge. Really strong look here for XFactor. Look for Billy to get into the snake before too long.
Yeah, Billy's thinking about it. And he's going to try to get across the gap, and he does. Falls right around, goes into snake 2. Montemayor already up there with Jackson in the middle. So looking good here. Getting into these crucial spots for XFactor here in point 1.
I don't know that they know that Brandon Portman is in the center brick. He just tries to throw the pod trick, and then Fuzzy comes through. They trade, I think. Yes, they do. So 4-on-4 now, but advantage positionally for XFactor.
The XFactor's going to get Billy here in a snake 3.
He's only got Austin Buffton. Also Askern. Askern's in that wedge shooting inside for Energy Elite. on the blue side of the field, trying to make sure that Billy can't come easily into that 50 wedge from the Snake Rito.
Yeah, so better field position here for XFactor in this 4-on-4. Energy Elite tucked into those spots in the backfield from the D side to the middle. Good forward progression on the Snake side, though.
And good comms from Energy Elite, just asking questions right there. Where's he at? Asking questions and answering them, so important for high-level communication. 4-on-4. Similar spreads right here. Both teams in the Snake Rito and the wedge. Ooh, Archie might have taken a bounce right there. Oh, actually he got shot. Archie doesn't want to come off the field, but the ref is signaling he's dead.
Yeah, occasionally those jump shots and looks over the top do cost Archie. I'll take it, though, because he is such a force multiplier in the way he plays that position.
Great comms by Billy calling TJ's name. Spider-Man, we lost Archie. Oh, nice job. So Billy's trying to get TJ's attention, trying to get TJ to switch, but then he says, Meter's dynamite, saying, Billy, don't worry, Meter has you. Great communication by XFactor as always.
Yeah, so with a slight more outward progression for Meter on that D side, but down to body here. See if Energy Elite switches to offense.
Not something they seem too keen to do so far today, but would like to see. It looks like Nelson wants to make a move outside.
Yeah, Nelson's not feeling any pressure, so he dips out to the back corner bunker D side, wraps around, thinking about moving up.
Good comms from Energy Elite. Asker and Billy engaging. Meter on the island, playing that Dorito corner. Nelson now scurrying up into that Dorito 2. TJ saw it, calls danger. Askern shooting that cross, keeping Billy from going forward.
Well, we asked for a little offense, and we're going to get it out of Nelson as he has progressed into D2. He's shooting a crossfield lane now. It's 0.1, so a lot of time to work with. No need necessarily with this high body moment. Slight high body 4-on-3 situation for Nelson to try to bully his way up yet.
Yeah, and he's got TJ on the overwatch too. TJ Danner for XFactor. Now Meter goes inside to the Dorito 2.
Yeah, big bite for Meter. Works out for him. Gets in clean to D2. Billy is edged out here from the Snake 3, the Snake Rito, as he is out trying to get the drop on Nelson. Goes back into his spot.
Austin's Taco. Codes like that typically are saying where they are and also which direction they're shooting. Oh, Nelson gets shot by Meter in transition going forward, I believe.
Well, this is a huge kill because with the forward progression of Meter and that kill here on Nelson with Billy in the spot that he's in, it gives him a big advantage in this 3-on-3.
Yeah, now the 3 might have moved, Billy called, but no, he's still there. It's Austin Buffton in the back center. Billy wants to go forward, but he's got to go through Askern's gun to do it. Askern has been on that job this whole point, trying to keep Billy in check. TJ now filling out behind Billy.
Yeah. Oh, and it puts Meter on an island, and Meter getting shot out of that D3 position. So now it's a 32, a 3-on-2 in favor of Energy Elite.
Yeah, huge kill by Austin Buffton right there on Meter to give Energy another advantage. Ooh, Billy makes Askern flinch and then takes the bite forward. Nice job wrapping the inside and taking a bite forward. Oh, he just shot Askern. I thought he did.
Askren living on the edge over here. Billy Bernaccia trying to make it happen on his own. He does have TJ Danner behind him, but TJ's focusing his gun towards that D side.
Nice calls by Energy Elite. Askren getting interrupted by Billy Bernaccia putting a hot one in on him. TJ Danner now coming behind Billy, trying to turn the field.
Yeah, so TJ gets closer to Billy. He's wrapping around. Might help try to get Billy across, but Billy has to be careful. It's blocked out a little bit from the pin from the wedge, but not from that Dorito.
Billy's on his last pod. Ooh, jumps through the gap. It looked like Askren had put paint in there, but Billy lives. Calls shoot to China, wants TJ to put some paint on Askern. Askern playing real tight.
He head checks the back center. The back center is not putting any pressure here on Billy. The back center is looking towards the D side, maybe off on the count. There's no one over there to bunker any of those guys. He should have his gun here towards the D side.
Yeah, I think he's just afraid to give Billy anything to shoot at, but I agree with you, Maddie. If he can apply pressure on Billy and TJ. Billy and TJ playing with a lot of freedom in a 2-on-3 right here.
Yeah, it's just allowing Billy to have the option to move up. Because if he's on that lane, Billy really can't move up to the next Dorito.
Yeah, you said it, Maddie. It really does feel like Energy Elite has the count off. Even the way that Snake Rito is playing, as if there's someone on the wire in front of him, I think they might not have seen Meter come off the field.
Well, the bunker's moving. There's definitely a body back there. He just hasn't head checked towards the D side, which just based on this, the intel that he should have, there's no reason to have his gun that way.
Yeah, now going into the 50 Snake, Billy saw it, calls it to TJ.
Yeah, TJ with a little retreat. Then he goes actually back to the wedge.
Trying to get lost and sneak one in on Energy Elite.
Billy risks it across, and he's able to make that move. Billy playing well over here.
Oh, he shoots Asker in 2-on-2.
He didn't pick up those. TJ Danner, now he gets eyes on that Energy body getting across. Ooh,
Billy gets shot, but Austin died. It's a 1-on-1.
One-on-one situation. TJ Danner. Who's that other body for Energy right now?
I think it's, I don't know. Oh, going for the buzzer. Got it.
Looks like TJ might have beat him there as well, too. It was Walter. For Energy Elite, it was Walter. The ref's checking him out. Who got there first? That was as close as it gets. I think it was Walter that beat TJ there by maybe a quarter of a step. They were both pretty much diving at the same moment.
I only watched Walter. When I swung my head back, TJ was asking for the check, so I have no idea.
Yeah, can't keep eyes on both of them at the same time on opposite sides of the field. But as soon as he started the dive, that's when I looked at TJ, and he was a little bit behind him. Let's get a look here at the eye in the sky. So he pauses here. TJ with the full send. Maybe it was TJ.
I think TJ wins this race. Yeah, TJ's going to get there first. Yeah, TJ for sure.
TJ there by
nice
2 steps.
Wow, what a race there. The goal is to hit the buzzer.
DJ Danner, so smart in these stressful situations. He's on the Zombie Apocalypse crew for sure. Would love to have TJ Danner on my Zombie Apocalypse crew.
Now Tonton's up 1 against NYX. NYX squandering some opportunities in that first one, but they get all 5 bodies out alive. So do the Tontons, though.
Yeah. 5-on-5 break, and here comes that move up the middle for New York Extreme.
Yeah, Kalea and Lembo both playing well up the middle for NYX. They've been a great double team up the middle for him. Konstantin Fedorov, however, getting into the Snake for the Tauntauns, playing well on that side of the field. Hugo Verhage getting a spin as well for the Tauntauns, playing that lay-down wall. Spitzma now crawling forward into that center brick. Very formidable center presence for the Tauntauns. Looks like Kalea wants to come through and maybe get him. They're in the same bunker now. Spitzma's shooting his gun, so I imagine Kalea knows he's there.
Getting interesting here in the middle yet again. Extreme's been playing the middle as good as anybody. Extreme comes through, try to get the drop in on Spitzma and stays alive again, but then Hugo's going to dice him up and take over the attack.
Yeah, so it works out to be a trade. Great job by Hugo there to recognize what was going down. Hennessy walking off at the same time, so 4-on-3 advantage for the Tauntauns. I like the impetus there by Kalea, but Hugo, really nice read and react there. Nico Acevedo, Harris Hussein, and Lembo left for NYX against Konstantin Fedorov, Hugo Verhage, I believe Fabrice Colombo, and Axel Gaudin.
Tonton's being patient here in point number 2. With 1 body advantage, 9 minutes on the clock. Look for Axel to eventually develop out wide here. This bottom side of the field into the Doritos. Acevedo gets into the Snake, the New York Extreme. And here comes Hugo all the way onto New York Extreme side of the field. Going to try to give him a little taste of his own medicine here.
Konstantin Fedorov died, though. Hugo sees Nico, but Nico gets the drop on him. Awesome job by Nico Acevedo to dunk on Hugo.
And now he's going to move up to the 50-yard line wedge, but gets shot cross field.
It's a 1-on-2 in favor of the Tauntauns. Bad deaths by Harris right there. It's Axel and Fabrice against Lembo.
And with the chaos setting in, Axel and Colombo just trying to figure out where this last body is. Make sure you got the count right. Yeah, tense moments here. No one's shooting their gun. Axel talking it up to Colombo.
Axel and Colombo.
Can you use your French and figure out what Axel's saying? He's probably saying, are we sure that there's only one body left alive?
I don't know. But in French. Yeah, Lembo hasn't shot his gun because he senses that they've lost him. Very tough in the spot he's in, though, playing the center on his knees. Axel and Fabrice recognizing they have a 1-point lead. Let NYX reveal their location, which Lembo will have to do. He can't hide and wait for the Tontons. These two Frenchmen are so experienced in these situations, recognized.
Well, and they have a lead, right? So they have a 1-point lead here. They're pretty sure they have a body advantage. They definitely do. But Lembo not shooting his gun like you were talking about, that's smart. He is going to risk a move, though.
Yeah,
and
he picked up. And took a bounce, I think, from Axel immediately.
Yeah, it's tough in that situation. He wants to get to a better spot that's more outside wide, but he risked it on the move and got picked up. So now they know where he is.
Fabrice spreading the field out to the Snake side. Axel now coming up the Dorito side. Textbook field spreading by the Tauntauns. Your NYX, you want to let your boy try to bring it down to a one-on-one, but he gets shot by Axel down the wire.
2-point lead here for the Tauntauns now. They're waiting for a concession. Content to let Extreme burn a little clock off, which they like to do sometimes. They're doing the same thing they did last time. Burn a little bit of that clock off.
Yeah.
Wondering how much time they're going to let them burn off.
Yeah, I wonder if this is a strategic choice based on the weather, the heat. Not wanting to play that many points, especially they've been running more or less the same 5 out there.
Yeah, it's not that hot yet.
Yeah.
I think this is more margin call. Because you win the first one, you got a 1-point margin. If it ends this way, if they let 6 minutes tick off the clock, you would go one. I'm not going to do that, but because they'd love to get. They're playing tight. This is a close battle back and forth. They could potentially beat the Tauntauns in these next few points, but just wondering how much time they want to burn off. And when you're burning clock off, again, they're doing this with. So what margin is? You have 4 games in the prelims. If you're just joining us and have been watching tournament paintball for a while, you need to have, ideally, you need a positive point spread. And ideally, +1 or 2 will do it for you. So with that first win in OT against Diesel, sitting 1-0 with a +1, don't want to put themselves in a situation where Tonton start running away with this one.
Tauntauns also not in a hurry to run in and hit the buzzer. That's an option for them as well. They got some older fellows on that team. Fabrice Colombo, Konstantin Fedorov have been around a while.
Well, and the Tauntauns sitting at 1-0 as well with that win against Aftershock, and they had a more comfy spread.
Yeah.
So just getting it right down to 5 minutes.
Point approved.
Tauntauns up 2-0. Now XFactor coming back out here against Energy Elite after TJ Danner winning the race.
Stealing it. Stealing that one here. Let's get a look at some of the replays from that last battle. There goes Hugo on the counterattack. And then up in the middle, different angle on it. There's Acevedo. Hugo picked him up, but wasn't able to get his gun up in time. Acevedo quicker on the draw. And then Axel got in after, not the lengthiest 1-on-2 we've seen, but it did take a while for them to figure out where he was. Once he did, Axel making quick work of Limbo.
Energy Elite down 1 here, and it looks like they're going to lose Nelson off the break going short. No, he takes a bounce.
Colt Roberts, though, for XFactor taking the walk, so a 5-on-4 advantage here currently for Energy Elite.
Askren getting up into that mini wall. Oh, but Politi again shot in transition to the Snake by TJ Danner. Nice zone control by XFactor, evening it up 4-4.
Yeah, huge kill and a faraway shot for TJ Danner.
Askren back in that Snake side wedge, which he's played quite a bit. Archie and Billy with the 2-prong attack on the Dorito side, which Askren is going to try to keep in check, shooting that cross. Now Cody Bayless getting outside wide on the Dorito side for XFactor.
Good move out for Cody.
Yeah. Billy into the Snake Rito now. Oh, it's Meter Ninos, not Archie backing up Billy. That's a little shift from Ryan Brand.
Cody now crawling up into D1. So play developing nicely here. Throw the pod trick from Energy Elite. He actually completely misses the brick. It just sails over the top. So that's a wasted pod.
And just sort of revealing the location there to Billy Bernaccia, who's on the wrap. Looks like he wants to make that move forward, but with Portman there shooting that gap on your screen, Billy's got to be careful in an even body situation not to throw his body away.
Yeah, especially with the lead. So Billy going to play patient from that snake 3 position. Let's see if Buffton filters out eventually from the back center.
Oh, Meter
focusing his gun.
Meter might have gone shot heads up or on a bounce shot right there. Asking for a check, but he's clean.
Yeah,
Meter and Billy figuring out, calling Alamo and Cowboy.
Yeah, the hotter it gets, the more bounces we're going to see out here.
Yeah, good point, Maddie. Paint management, so key, and it's difficult in humidity as well. Not just heat, but it's humid.
Cody Bayless now into D2. As Energy Elite makes a move outside wide, D side, back corner bunker.
Yeah, Cody picked up that move and called it. Portman switched his gun to the Dorito side for Bayless, but Askren picked up the zone on Billy. Nice zone control here by Energy Elite. That's always been one of their strengths. But down 1, they're going to have to find a way to generate some offense.
Yeah, I'm hearing 44 call means 4 on 4. So count is on for both these squads. Close game here. Just 4.5 minutes left to go, and pretty even here on the angles.
Yeah, I think it's a little tough if you're Energy Elite to bank on XFactor making an unnecessary move.
If they were down a point, sure.
Right,
up
that's
a
what
point,
I mean.
Good luck.
Cody, though, does look like he wants to take a bite forward. That would be a mistake. Portman might smoke him. Oh, great comms by TJ. TJ said, Cody, just be alive. Probably saved him from walking into a trap. That is why communication is important. Cody Bayless thinking about making a move forward, almost walked into a trap. TJ Danner from the back center sees his posture, says, just be alive, Cody.
Yeah, and also, it's not a drastic low body situation at all. It's even on the count. But just a big advantage for XFactor having outside containment, a 1-point lead. They're in good spots to control this attack that eventually will come. I do like the patience for Energy Elite, just trying to maybe hope that somebody on XFactor makes a mistake and loses a gunfight. Tactical retreat, actually, for Billy. He's going to go back into Snake 2. He's got Meter right beside him, looking towards that bottom side, towards the Snake.
329. I think the one issue here is if you're Energy Elite, when it does come time to generate the offense, making sure you're doing it as a unit, not just going one at a time. That's the one risk of patience and then it getting down to time and then everyone starts trying to do it on their own.
Depending on how this goes, Mike, we could see another 1-0 score heading into overtime.
Yeah. Really composed paintball out here. Energy aware of the time, calling 3 minutes. They know they're down 1. Oh, but Nelson dies. Not sure who shot him. Might have been TJ.
Bit of a tough death for Nelson here. Puts Energy Elite in a tough spot. They have no one over there on that D side now. And here comes the move up the middle. Ninos comes through, trades out, and it's going to see a minor penalty. It's going to be assessed on Portman.
Yeah, I saw a yellow and a red flag go up. I think it was just a minor on Buffton that pulled out Askren. Nicely done by XFactor.
So now 2-point lead here for XFactor. Working out very well for them. Dropping that first game in overtime against the Ironmen. Did not want to go 0-2 on the day and give Energy Elite their first win in 2025. It's been nothing but close battles for Energy Elite. Lots of roster turnover for them just in the past few weeks. New look, not looking bad though.
Yeah, I mean, they're still looking like Energy Elite in the sense that they're holding zones and communicating well and hanging tough in every game. It's just that offense has really eluded them in their identity. They've been missing that big overhand right punch, Maddie, to use the boxing metaphor.
Yeah, and also with the win that the New York Extreme put up against Diesel, and now just down by 2 against the Tontons, it's going to change things at the bottom. We got to see how leverage is going to play. First body coming off, Acevedo taking the walk here for New York Extreme is get some penetration up the middle.
Yeah, and it's Hugo Verhage getting into the snake. for Tonton's Josh Taylor in that center brick. Knows that he's there, it seems. Great job by Hugo crawling low, backed up now by Konstantin Fedorov. Coach Pascal throwing a bunch of different looks out here for the Tontons, and all of them look pretty good.
Yeah. So now in some good positions with the 2-point lead. Don't need to really risk anything. Just try to eventually get Axel out and up on that D side, and then maybe get some more a body up in the middle. But Tonton's looking pretty solid right here. Up 2 points, up a body.
Hugo almost put one in on Josh Taylor in that brick. Josh looking back. Harris tries to switch Josh's gun, and Josh saying, "This guy is on me," using some colorful language. Josh now getting dominance.
Josh is going back and forth, trying to figure out what angle, but they need to, they're not trying to win gunfights down by 2 with 3:45 left from those back 3 bunkers is not the move here for New York Extreme.
And they lost Acevedo, who's been playing with real offensive presence for them. He's been one of their key attackers. Now Kalea, I believe, getting into the snake for NYX.
Yeah, so Kalea's going to have to work his way up, not get stuck at snake 1. Josh Taylor is all over this bunker, popping the top. Going D side, snake side.
Getting the comms going with his backfield as well. Will Hennessy just pumping pain at Axel Gauden crossfield all day. Will Hennessy. Ooh, Harris loses a gunfight with Konstantin Fedorov. And Hennessy walking off as well. So it's just Josh Taylor. Tauntauns are going to go up 3-0, Maddie.
Yeah.
Oh, 3-on-2. Sorry, my mistake. Not over yet.
Yeah, 2 bodies left over there, but big high body moment right now here for the Tauntauns, with all 5 players left alive and a 2-point lead. No concession from New York Extreme, even in this 25, 2-on-5. Really worried about that margin.
Yeah, taking a little time off the clock. Tauntaun's ripping a bounce shot into Kalea in the Snake Rito. Fabrice Colombo filtering into the middle now. Looks like he wants to get Josh Taylor off the field.
So we are now going to see a concession here from Extreme with 2:30 left to go. 3-point lead now for the Tauntauns. XFactor going to come out and play the next point here against Energy Elite. See if they ride the same line. Looks like Montemayor is going to come out. Colt Roberts, Matt Jackson, TJ Danner, and Cody Bayless again. So if you guys are joining us on social media, please head on over to MLPBplus.com and join us for the rest of this battle here at the Midwest Open. Best paintball teams and players on planet Earth throwing down this 3-day competition. Just kicking things off in day 1. Morning bracket here on this very interesting staggered layout. Don't see too many of these. Jumping into this next one here off the break. Looks like a little bit of a tough start. Made it turn the gun on here for Askren as the Portman all the way onto XFactor side of the field as they get a shot on Cody Bayless. That's going to allow him to wrap around on the D side. He's going to get some help with Askren, who's dealing with, I can hear his gun leaking from here. Portman's going to come around and trade out with Matt. No penalty assessed, so clean trade. Problem for Askren, though, is he has no gun, so he's just going to have to be bait.
Oh, that's such a tough break because Portman did a great job. They killed Cody and get the trade, so up a body, but equal number of guns. However, Archie gets killed somehow. So now it's a 4-on-2.
Nelson,
but effectively a 3-on-2.
Yeah, Nelson pushes up into D2. Askin popping the top, just trying to draw some guns his way. No one's shooting at him, though.
Yeah, I like the way what Askren is doing, trying to draw attention. He should make sure he uses himself effectively as bait.
Mike Nelson getting shot, and so not able to defend himself. Colt Roberts is going to run down Askren, and then he gets shot cross field. So just a 1-on-2 here with the lethal TJ Danner as the safety valve. Dips into Snake 1, but in all that chaos, does Energy Elite know the count? Looks like they do, as they're pushing very quickly and aggressively all the way onto XFactor side of the field, diving into their D2.
Austin Buffton just called Snake for sure, so they know TJ's there. Making the moves forward. TJ just a minute 11 on the clock. Austin Buffton spreading the field now, trying to open the angle. TJ with his spidey senses switches over that way, knows to protect himself. Just killing time here with the 2-point lead. 60 seconds, everyone hears it. Ooh, tries to catch Austin Buffton sleeping. They might have traded, but Energy Elite still going to cut it to 1 with 51 seconds left.
Yeah, so Walter running in to hit that buzzer. Energy Elite, weird, another 1-point match here for them.
Yep. What else is new, Maddie? Energy Elite, new look. Same sort of situation so far. Let's see if they can break through.
Well, they had an aggressive push that almost worked out in the last one, other for that major penalty assessed with about 1 second left.
30 seconds.
Now, Tauntauns, NYX. Tauntauns up big. Tauntauns just, they really found their recipe. The offseason pickups, here's Askren going forward with no gun. Colt Roberts comes around, gets a truly free kill.
Hey, Askren gets honorable mention on that one, though. His gun went down at the start of the point. Still was trying to be a factor out there. And they ended up winning that point. So, see if Energy, or if New York Extreme can make something happen here. With just 2:30 on the clock, as they're going to be losing a body on the break. Limbo taking the walk.
Raymond Bucco getting his first spin in his pro debut for NYX, playing the one on the snake side in a tall order here against the Tauntauns. Down 3 with 2 minutes left. He does get into the snake and crawls forward. Tauntauns lose Konstantin Fedorov, so 4-on-4. NYX knows the situation. Down 3, definitely want to end up with 1 point here if you can to cut into that. Keep your margin good.
Well, the only risk that the Tauntauns took early was, which is a risk, is getting Hugo into the snake pretty fast, which he did. And now just going to see the edges of goggles and the tips of barrels as Extreme pushes up the field.
Josh Taylor coming into that center brick. Raymond Bucco getting into the snake burrito. Ray going to take a quick look inside. See if he can catch Spitzma.
Well, Extreme's on pace not to try to win this game, but try to get the margin a little bit better.
Yeah, especially after they won their first one. Harris now coming in behind Josh Taylor. They've done well with this double stack in the center at times.
New York Extreme is playing very well in the middle of the field.
That was the story at Tampa as well. It's kind of tightening up everything else.
It might be the best middle team we've seen so far.
Spitzma ripping a bounce shot in on Raymond Bucco. Oh, Harris gets absolutely destroyed by Axel trying to force it by himself. So now 4-on-3. Now Ray Bucatini making his move into the wedge. I think he shot Spitzma in transition.
Yeah, Bucco's got a shot here. Good fill outside wide from Axel. No one picked him up. Ooh, does he catch Bucco? Nope. Bucco's still alive. Down to 36 seconds left, though.
Let's see it, Ray against Axel Gauden.
Hennessy's going to get in the fight. Goes up to D2. Tauntaun's hanging tough, though. A couple bodies left alive for them. Bucco past the 50-yard line. Got a little bit of outside here, and he's going to run right into Axel's gun. Axel eats him up, and he should be able to wrap around and get the shot in on Taylor as well. Taylor is going to dip outside wide, and he gets shot cross-field by Hugo, leaving just Hennessy to try to keep the spread. 3 here with 5 seconds. I think he's going to be able to do it.
Ooh, he gets shot right there, but it's going to be a little too late for Axel Gauden to turn on the afterburner, so a solid 3-0 win for the Tauntauns.
3-0 shutout. Extreme's getting there, though. 1-1 on the day, going to be -2. And going to play Aftershock, who's 0-2. And Red Legion tomorrow.
30 seconds.
But a win over Diesel. 3-point loss here to the Tauntauns. They're getting closer.
20 seconds.
So 1-point lead for XFactor. They dropped their first game to the Ironmen, so they would love to get this win here. If it ends up with this score, a 1-point spread, it'll be 1-1 with an even spread for XFactor. Some work to do here on Saturday.
Energy Elite hanging tough, Maddie. 50 seconds left, sending Portman across.
Oh, Matt.
Fuzzy all over it.
I knew exactly where he was. They're going to lose Askren this time with a working gun. So Matt Jackson's still alive in the middle. Things are looking good for XFactor. See if they can put another point on the board, get into that positive territory on the spread for the day. Leedy dives into the snake for Energy Elite. Stays at snake 1.
Leedy.
It looks like TJ Danner having some gun issues of his own here.
Politi looking to send it now. Coming forward. I think it's going to be too late. Fuzzy looks like he's going to send it through the middle. He gets picked up. Politi, though, in the snake burrito. This game is going to finish up a 2-1 XFactor victory, Maddie.
Liddy looking like he wants to try to make something happen here in the closing seconds, but he's not going to have enough time. Walker launches into guns, dies as time expires, so it will be a 1-point win here for XFactor and another 1-point loss for Energy Elite. I believe that's their 9th of the year.
Goodness gracious, just can't find the recipe, can't find the combination or the pace when they need it.
So close, though. 9 1-point losses. At least it wasn't as heartbreaking as being in overtime, but still 1-point losses are rough. So that is going to do it here for this set, but stick around. Red Legion taking on AC Diesel. That should be a fun game. Then Impact taking on the Ironmen. Both those teams won their first matches, so undefeated so far. Here at the 2025 Midwest Open, Amanda Marshall with Mike Jeffrey. We'll be back.
Winning 3 in a row is absolutely insane. So few teams have done it. I believe we're the 3rd pro team to have ever won 3 straight events.
I think the other teams hope that they can put as much work and time into it as we do. I wish them good luck in those situations, but I feel like we're going to be able to work harder than anybody else in the league. And as we've shown, we're going to continue to win tournaments.
Now with back-to-back wins, I feel like that's a stepping stone that we reached, and the goal is to keep winning. Try to win as many as possible, win a series. That's the next steps, and it's always trying to get better, trying to progress as owners, players, teammates, brothers, friends, everything we can. Just keep progressing in life, and that's the goal.
Yeah, next step is 3 in a row this season, 4 in a row altogether, and then we'll keep going from there. Next up is Ohio. So NXL Ohio, we're coming for you.
You're all I ever need.